Hello, hello. There we go. Good morning, everyone. What's up, Prop Firm Match TV? John, we got John in the building. How's it going, man? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to be here.
Awesome. John, would you mind also getting into the other studio? I'll drop you a link real quick. Yeah, the vertical Instagram live studio.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, here you go.
All right, cool. I'm in.
Sweet. Let me pull you up. All right, there we go. Cool, man. Yeah. How's it been going so far? I know yesterday you were probably a little busy. How's the trading week? We're still early in, but how's it been going for you?
Yeah, it's been going really good, actually. Yeah, Friday and yesterday I was green. So my confidence is coming back up. I'm using less size, so I'm inching my way back to a better state with my funded account. And yeah, I think I just deviated from what passed me the challenge in the first place. And now I'm going back to what worked initially for me and just sticking to base hits and inching my way back to a better place with the account.
So is that what it was? You think, because I remember you were saying you were going for bigger moves, like looking for 3R, 4R type of trades, and you've gone back to, what's a base hit for you? Like a 1-to-1, 1-to-2?
Yeah, it'll be like a 1-to-1, I would say. Or actually, it's kind of strange because what I do is I use as little risk as possible. So I put my stop order, and then my stop literally goes under the previous candle. So volatility, it wasn't as extreme yesterday. But I think that also attributed to my kind of losing days, my bigger losing days, just because volatility was so big that my stop, even if my stop was under the previous candle, it'd still be like 10 or more points. And using 5 micros, that's pretty decent. I mean, it's still a manageable loss, but I took multiple trades in a row. And that added up. So it wasn't super volatile yesterday, so my strategy worked out very well. And just got some good trades. And the other thing, I started using the lockout feature in Topstep.
Nice. Yeah.
And that's given me a lot of peace of mind. Because if left to my own devices, it's very hard for me to not take that next trade. So I literally, if I take 2 losses in a row, just hit the lockout button for 30 minutes, and that's worked wonders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I like that more than like the daily lockout. Like, just give yourself a moment to cool down. 30 minutes, you can still get your head back in the game. Just like chill out for a little bit. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, it's worked wonders because my mind has calmed down. I can see more objectively the market. 30 minutes is a good amount of time where a lot of price action can happen in 30 minutes, and it gives me a totally new perspective on what I'm looking at, and that sets me up for a better play the next time. So yeah, just trying to be a bit more, I guess, smart and disciplined about my approach, and just inching my way back slowly to a better place with the account.
Dude, yeah, I love that, man. So you were able to salvage your funded accounts?
I'm salvaging it. It's still not in a great place, but I'm salvaging it. It baffled me that I was able, even on micros, that I was able to get it to that bad of a place. I'm 25% from blowing it.
Okay.
I was 10% away from blowing it, and now I'm 25%. So
dude, that's you're in the game, bro. I feel like when you're at 25%, you're in the game. Yeah. 10% is scary.
Exactly. So inching my way back, and if it takes me a month, it'll take me a month, but it'll be a nice little badge for me if I do take this to green, and I'm determined to do that because it's my next hurdle in my prop firm journey, where I've passed many challenges, but whenever I get to funded, something happens, and I'm trying to address that and finally get my funded accounts to a good place. So yeah.
Nice, dude. Yeah. There was one time I had a similar situation where I think I was like, I think I was like $100 away from blowing my account. This is like years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And I just like fate had it. I took one more trade. I was like, I know this is going to lose. I was like, it is what it is, but I'm just going to hold it for as long as possible if I survive. And it brought me all the way back to the like initial balance when I had $100 left. And this was on a futures account too. I was trading a mini. So I had maybe like 20 ticks of drawdown, and it was pure luck, man. Like it was 3 years ago. I barely knew what I was doing, but like, I just got lucky and I just held the thing all the way back, and I got back to fresh, and I ended up taking, that was my second futures payout ever. And that was with my funded futures. So it can be done, man. It can be done. I think you got a good plan.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, and it's tempting. I mean, it's not super tempting, but like I think, if I just played with one micro, I could get this account back to green in no time. But I'm not about to do that. So yeah,
that's always our famous last words, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I think you're doing it good. I think you got a plan. Or have you sized down as well, or same contract size, just like taking better trades, or are you sizing down as well?
I've sized down. So the idea is like I'm gonna size down until I get to 50%, and then once I get to 50%, I'm gonna consider going back to 5. So I'm just using two micros, like very small size, so just really small base hits. But with those base hits, like I can get close to $200 days. Like Friday was close to 200, and yesterday was like 150. So yeah, I'm continuing with the base hits, and along those lines, like I see what you're doing and you know what Joseph is doing with the base hits on Tradeify, and my strategy works really well with base hits. Like I just get like a couple base hits a day, and I'm good for the day. So that's I'm not going to do it yet. I still want to pursue this Topstep account, just continue to like build that confidence. But if I see that like the base hits is working really well, continues to work well, and I can get through those days where maybe I don't have a good day, but it doesn't totally mess me up.
Yeah, exactly.
The Tradeify route is looking interesting for sure.
Yeah, man. Shout out Tradeify. I took a payout on Friday, so that's my second payout with them since we started PFM TV. So that was awesome. We went over all of that. I like went over my stats and everything. But I am interested in maybe getting back with some Topstep accounts, dude. Have you seen the new situation with Topstep?
Yeah, I did. So no activation fee, but a little bit higher fee for the challenge.
Yeah, man. So I mean, it's like for a 50K account, it's like $89, I think, all in, no activation fee. I think it's a pretty awesome deal. I mean, you're definitely saving money. If you're somebody that passes challenges, you're saving money on that. Because like to pay $150 to activate a 50K account is pretty expensive, even though the account is initially only $50 buy-in. I think you're definitely saving money. I think it's awesome. I know there's one rule that they changed, and everyone was going crazy about it. But here, I'd like to get your opinion on this. I don't have any issue with this rule, like truly. The rule is on your second payout. So if you get to your second payout, your balance needs to be the same size or more than whatever it was when you requested your first payout. So example, if you brought those accounts up to 10,000 and then you take 50% out, you take a payout of 5,000, you will not be eligible for another payout until they're back up at 10,000. So what people used to do, people would like have one or two big days. They make 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand in a day. And then they take their payout with it. They take out half the balance. And then instead of like continuing to trade up, they'll just be like, I'm just going to keep withdrawing half. So I'll do another, I'll do $550 days and just milk it like that and keep getting my payouts. Personally, I don't mind this. I think you want to keep growing the account balance, right? Like, isn't that the whole point? So for me, I don't mind it, man. Like, I think, it can get maybe a little annoying if you get it up to a really high balance. I can understand that. But overall, I think this is going to affect like 5% of people. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a pretty good deal. And I think the pricing is definitely competitive. So yeah, what's your take on that?
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't look into the full details of that new rule, but yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, yeah, it makes it, yeah, the trader has to work for that second payout. They can't just like rest on their laurels, I guess, or like just
Yeah.
chill. Um, but personally, like the $89 with no activation fee, I like that a lot. So yeah, I'm not mad at this this change at all. I think it's
And you
nice.
still have both options too. So it's not even like
Uh-huh.
you have to do that. You can do the classic way. So you know, they're giving you both options.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. Yeah, very interesting. Industry's getting. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Nothing. I was just going to say, Dustin Laurie, shout out, is saying, I'm so close to getting my first payout from Apex. I'm nervous to take a trade and screw it up. Just stay locked in, Dustin. Yeah. How much do you actually need? If you're like really close, man, just my opinion, if you're nervous, size down. Who cares? You don't need to get it today. I think this happens to a lot of people. They're like, okay, I could get it today. Therefore, I need to. And then they get nervous and they take like one or two bad trades. Before you know it, they've hit their daily loss limit or they've totally blown the account because they just couldn't accept that maybe today's not going to be the day, even though you're close. So that's my opinion. Size down if you really are nervous. And just remember, you don't need to get it today. Maybe you make half of the profit today and make the other half tomorrow. Yeah, so just think about that. That would be my advice for you. But shout out. I mean, that's awesome, man. That is awesome.
Yeah. Really nice, Dustin. And I don't know if Apex has a lockout feature, but if you feel that like inkling of, you know, maybe you took a loss and you're so close and you want to take that next trade, like lockout can be a lifesaver. So that would be my advice as well.
Exactly. By the way, guys, just to give an update on what's going to be going on today, we doing our usual. We got a ton of accounts to give away: Top One Futures, Blue Guardian, and Aqua Futures. Shout out to our sponsors. And we have Boris from BK Forex coming on today. This is going to be an interesting one. I actually met Boris once, John. I don't even know now. Maybe it was definitely over a year ago. Maybe it was exactly a year ago. I was doing a podcast with Austin Silver in New York City. And Austin is like, that dude just loves to work. So he had like 3 podcasts he recorded like at some studio in Brooklyn that day. So like the first person he interviewed was Boris from BK Forex. So we just had like a really quick conversation, just shook hands. I'd be interested to see if he even remembers, but yeah, I have met him. He's in New York City. I'm pretty sure he resides here. So that's going to be an interesting one. He's not your classic prop firm influencer trader. He's more of an established guy. I'm pretty sure he's been interviewed on like CNBC a bunch of times to like answer questions about financial markets, although he is a trader though. And from what I understand, he's a day trader, like low time frame intraday scalper. I've listened to a few interviews with him. I know he trades like a base hit style 1-to-1s. He scalps. So yeah, man, that'll be interesting. I think it's going to be a good one, guys. Not your average, like just, you know, there's nothing wrong with guys like me, retail traders who are making it work, but he's a little bit more of like the old guard, like legit, if you have to find a word. That's for lack of a better word, but you guys get what I mean. So that'll be cool. And other than that, man, I mean, we could definitely get into these markets, John. I don't know what you're looking at, if you're seeing anything. I'm not gonna lie, I ended up being red yesterday because, all I did was like this market just went up. It just grinded up all morning. I was not prepared for this. I really thought we were gonna get a little bit more of a sell-off. So I ended up being red, manageable red, but not too bad. Although I did actually start some new accounts as well. I started some accounts with Top One Futures. I got 5 instant funded accounts. So I was green on those, but I was red on Apex, red on Tradeify on this move up. I'm down to get into what I think might happen. I think there's some ideas. We're currently just below the previous day's point of control. But John, what are you feeling? And also, chat, I'm going to do a poll real quick. I want to get a bullish or bearish bias on YouTube. See what you guys are thinking.
Yeah, I'm looking at my higher time frames right now. We're approaching, or we're at a pretty strong 4-hour level on ES, but the daily levels look like they might want to head a bit higher, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a bit of a pullback before we head higher, or this is let me look at my price action analysis. I mean, yeah, we could get another lower high.
It could be, right? That's what I'm saying. It's still very feasible. By the way, guys, I just put up a poll, bullish or bearish today. We do this every morning now. And yesterday, the chat was overwhelmingly correct. Like 78% was bullish. And so, yeah, chat is now not just wrong every time. I think I got to pay more attention to it. I got to trust you guys a little bit more.
Yeah, ES and NQ are telling me slightly different stories, but overall I think we get one more push to the upside, because I do think right now we're looking to rotate from a big daily value area. So we broke below it, couldn't find acceptance below it, and I feel we'll rotate to the other side. So I want to see ES get above this kind of 4-hour block I have here, and if it does, then I think it's a green light for bulls.
Interesting. Do you want to get your charts up so chat can see
sure.
While you're doing that? Someone did just remind us, Darmesh reminded us, there's news in 10 minutes, so that'll be interesting. We'll be here for the news. 8:30.
We always need someone to remind us.
Yeah, I don't check enough. Also, real quick, Kurt Robinson is clarifying. So with Topstep, I may have been a little bit incorrect. Apparently, you don't have to trade the account back up to the balance to take a payout. It just needs to be above the new balance. But that seems like impossible to not do. I don't know. I'll look into it and make sure on that. But thank you for that.
Right, for those pop-ups that appear on the screen, Zach, do you select those, or like?
Yes.
You do? Okay, cool. It's quite like that feature.
Yeah, me too. Also, John, if you could just get it on the second studio as well.
Yes, yeah. All right, very nice.
Beautiful. There we go.
Nice. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. I'm zoomed out to the 4-hour. So if we look to the 4-hour, and I'll just provide a bit of context for everyone who doesn't know volume profile. Basically, I look for balance or ranges, sideways action, where buyers and sellers were trying to find the fairest price to do business. And I draw up my volume profile. This is 70% of where most of the volume was traded. And this is the point of control where the most volume was traded. So I have a range here, a range here. The higher the time frame, the stronger the level is. So what I'm noticing here on ES is that we are right up against the value area high of a 4-hour block. And you can see we were rejected once. So if I zoom into the 1-minute time frame, we rejected pretty nicely from it on our first attempt. I think we've had a few attempts actually. Yeah, you can see we've had multiple attempts in yesterday's session. We couldn't get above it. So buyers are trying one more time to get through it. So this is kind of the moment of truth for buyers. So this is ES. And then I look at the same thing on NQ, and NQ is telling me a different story. So right now NQ is above a 4-hour block. So I do think we get up here. But in order for me to have confidence that we get up here, I want to see ES get through this block and maybe get a back test right here so that NQ can head up here and ES can head up higher. So that's currently what I'm looking at.
You're essentially looking for a rotation since we already got outside of the previous value. You're looking for a rotation to the next nearest area of value, correct?
Exactly. And this is like a 4-hour gap. So I think buyers should have a pretty easy go if ES doesn't have something to say about it. If ES says no, nobody's getting through here, and we head back down, then we might head back here on NQ again. So this is where I look to see a big enough bounce to potentially back test and then head higher, and this would validate NQ wanting to get up here. And this is the 4-hour. So on top of that, we have the daily. So on the daily time frames, and these are also very like strong levels. I could see that right now I'm zoomed out to the daily, but buyers should be trying to get up here because if I zoom in, let me try the 15-minute. So what we noticed here is that we couldn't find acceptance below this value area, and buyers popped back in. So we should be trying to rotate up here on ES, so it's a bit higher. And on NQ, we should also be trying to rotate up here. So you'll notice I have this green kind of area here on both ES and NQ. And sometimes I do this where sometimes my hourly charts have too many value areas. So I go to the daily and I just pick out a very obvious hourly range and mark it up on the daily as well. And that gives me kind of like extra information on the daily.
Yeah.
So what I've noticed here on both ES and NQ, this is an hourly range, and you can see we held it really nicely here. So I do think buyers want to get up here on both ES and NQ on the daily, but it's just a matter of what the 4 hours have to say about it before we get to those levels. So overall, and you can see, okay, so this is really interesting. We just rejected on ES for like the 5th time. We rejected from that level. So that would have been an interesting sell. But again,
that would have been like you'd be out already, or would you still be in if you took
so yeah, if I took that, I might still be in it. I don't know. That's a tough one. So if I would have taken that, I would have got in 947 and I'd be up like 10 points or 15 points. I might take it. Like if I would have played with 2 contracts, I probably would have sold one already and left one to ride. Yeah. But the reason I'm not super confident that we head lower is because I feel like NQ wants to get up here. So while I do think we're rejected here, I don't have a lot of confidence in sellers. I do think buyers take it up and maybe we do something like this. But we'll see, you know, maybe sellers take it down, but I want to see a lot of volume to the downside. And ideally, I want to see sellers get back into this value area on NQ. So let's say we have a big move down. I want to see sellers get into here to potentially back test this. And that will give me more confidence that we're holding this level here on ES.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, so you want to lean bullish overall, but you know, you're acknowledging like there are potential downside targets that can be met, and then we still end up being bullish. So we just want to be cautious if you're buying right up at the highs right here.
Yeah. For me, what would validate going higher is definitely a break of this value area high with a big enough with follow through to potentially find a level to back test and then look for continuation to the upside.
I like it. I'm just guys, the news is coming in 2 minutes, so I'm trying to set up some challenges and we can try to have some fun.
Oh, that was fun last week.
Yeah, I can't believe we were trying to full port it for the news and I accidentally traded micros instead of minis, and it would have worked too.
Yeah.
I would have been, what was I going to say? If I I was going to do it with Apex, but it looks like they're gearing up for their Black Friday deal because right now it's at, they took away the 80%. So it's at 50% right now again. So I'm going to wait. I'm sure they're going to have a really, really fire deal for Black Friday. So stay tuned for that, guys. As always, of course, to Prop for Match, we'll let you know. You can check there when it's time.
Yeah, and I definitely want to announce, I'll share it on my screen here. So we do have Black Friday deals on Prop for Match. We got a nice design for Black Friday. If you click Explore, and you can see all of our Black Friday deals. So definitely check it out.
Oh, I didn't know it was up already.
Yeah, it was up last night. Shout out to our design team and our entire team for working on this and keeping this updated. But yeah, we have a lot of nice Black Friday deals.
What do you like? Any of them that stick out to you?
Yeah, I don't trade with a lot of these firms. The Alpha Futures actually looks interesting because I do want to branch out a little bit from Topstep. So Alpha Futures and Top 1 Futures actually looks really good. 57.5% on Top 1 Futures. That's quite nice on all evaluations.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, any futures firms, Alpha and Top 1 look really interesting to me.
Nice. I'm almost ready. Oh, and it's 8:30 too. Yeah, I mean, I took advantage of the Top 1 Futures, 57.5% off promo. I got 5 accounts with them, guys. So that's what I'll be focusing a lot of my trading on for the next couple of weeks. I was telling chat, like, I don't want to be super aggressive going into the holidays because I feel like it's almost the end of the year. I had a great year, and now it's like I don't want to get too caught up with like trying to push it even more. Like maybe just enjoy everything a little bit. Like, of course, keep trading. I'll always keep trading, but you know, these will probably be the last set of accounts I get until maybe the holidays, like big sets. Like I'll trade a couple accounts at a time, but you know, 5 in one shot. This will probably be my last one with that until the beginning of the year. And we'll see if we can get a payout before year's end on them. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, I got these accounts set up. 1 second. Sorry about that, John. Just got dropped off for a sec. I'm back.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, I can pull up my screen now. I can show you guys what I'm looking at, and who knows? I was gonna try and trade the news on these Topstep combines that I just got set up, but I think we're too late. Didn't look like too much of an exciting data release. It was pretty lackluster. Not much has happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dharmesh says, has the news happened? It did, technically. This is our 8:30 a.m. news right here, this little wick. So right now we're just still hovering on the previous day's point of control. How much has happened? Maybe I'll just, before we get ready to take some trades, because there's not much I see, let me just show you guys what I'm seeing. I mean, obviously we ripped up yesterday, which I think caught some people by surprise. Not the chat. You guys were bullish, but it caught me by surprise. I didn't think it was going to be this bullish. I thought we were going to go a little bit lower first. We even had an 80% setup. Like the previous day's point of control was way below us. I had a lot of reasons to look for some downside in the morning. We had the midnight open, like a ton of levels. So I don't really feel bad for having a short bias based off my system. It makes perfect sense. It just didn't work. But I want to see where midnight is. So midnight is just right at the previous day's point of control. So there's nothing too interesting about that. We'll wait to really utilize that until the open. But yeah, I mean, I really don't like anything right here, John. I feel like we could use the previous day's point of control as a general resistance zone to maybe go lower. I mean, we got to remember, guys, like on the 4 hour, technically we're still in a 4-hour downtrend here. Lower high, lower low. This swing high for me is what would need to get taken out to signal a proper 4-hour market structure shift. Just from like a technical perspective, it hasn't happened yet. So technically I can anticipate that this is going to be a lower high to make a new lower low. But again, like the market is extremely bullish long term. We did sell off quite a bit on this daily. Like this is a pretty deep daily retracement. So could this be our local bottom? We've swept liquidity. We've taken out some key swing lows, right? Had displacement to the upside. Like it could be. So for me, this overall 4-hour fair value gap is like my line in the sand. It's really overextended though. So it's hard to actually play a level off of this. So that's when I'll zoom in and see if I can narrow that down. So I can. We have an hourly gap right here at the upper portion. So, I mean, technically this area is still holding, but this doesn't look like a really big rejection. This looks like just consolidation, some mean reversion. Like I'm not expecting this to just sell us off. Maybe it does, but it doesn't look great there. So I don't know. I really don't like anything. I really don't like anything here. I think we could sell off at the open, but just come to one of these key levels. We have a 15-minute gap in here. We have previous day's value area low, and then it could still just, we could take it higher there. But right where the market is at this moment, for me, I really don't have an interest in anything. I want to see what that poll came out too. So you guys are 67% bullish today, 33% bearish. What do you think about that, John? It's like 70-30 almost.
Yeah, maybe. I think I need a little more information. So we rejected really nicely from this 4-hour value area high. And now we're approaching a strong value area high on NQ. So that would have been actually a really nice trade. I just didn't want to trade during the news. I didn't know how volatile it was going to be. But this 4-hour value area high right here, it like rejected really nicely. So now this is on ES, but NQ we're approaching this strong 4-hour value area high. So there's two scenarios for me. Either we break back into this value area on NQ. This is a 4-hour value area, and then potentially head lower. And this would validate ES rotating back here. The other scenario that I could definitely see possible is that we don't get much follow through to the downside on ES. Like we stop here on NQ. Like if we stop here and then we get a big move up to the upside, and then this would be the case for the bulls. But this is where like I just let the charts tell me what's the more likely scenario. Like I know on NQ we need to get back into this block. I know on ES we need to get above this block, and whichever happens first will give me a bias for the day. I know on the dailies we're trying to get some higher levels. Whether we do that today, doesn't have to be today. So we could pull back today, have a sell-off, or we could try to tap those higher levels on the daily. But my gauge is these 4-hour blocks. Either we get below one of them or get above one of them, and then that's what I'll base my plays on.
Fair enough, man. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, solid, coherent analysis. 1104 says, if we do go lower, I think yesterday's midnight open will be support. Yesterday's midnight open. Okay, that's interesting. I've never thought to look at those levels after the current day is done. Where is yesterday's midnight open? Let me see. I think it's really far down. Yeah, this is yesterday's midnight open. 24,450 on NQ. Quite low, but listen, if the market wants to sell off today, I'm game. I'm there for it. I think you have a bunch of stacked lows here. You have this new week opening gap. It was filled just about to the tick, but I don't know. Something about the way this price action looks doesn't sit right. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a long-term swing low for me. Again, that's just my opinion. I don't have any like hardcore technical reason for that. Just the way it looks. It's like, it's a nuanced thing that I feel, intuition. So we'll see. I mean, previous day's point of control can just be that simple line in the sand for me. So if we stay below the previous day's point of control, I can try to position myself short to fill some of this imbalance. There is a lot of imbalance to the downside. Like, we have a lot of fair value gaps the market could want to fill. So it's definitely could be a move. I could look as that as a rotation. You know, you lose the previous day's point of control, John, right? You rotate to the value area low, stuff like that. I could see all these things happening. But if we break above the previous day's point of control, all bets are off for that idea. Like, let's just trade the trend and keep it easy. That's what I did wrong yesterday. I didn't just get on board with easy longs. You know, I just kept trying to fight it because I really felt strongly that we were going to be bearish for the day. And, you know, that's just how it goes. Let's see.
Yeah, Dustin, that sounds like a good idea.
Yes, so yeah, I'm gonna step away and trade later. I think I'm too nervous. Need to clear my head. Oh, and Dustin is the chatter who is close to the Apex payout. I think that's a good idea, bro. I think that's smart. If you don't mind us asking, is it one account, two account? You know, with Apex, someone says they're close to an Apex payout. It could be 20 accounts for all I know. Let us know how many accounts you're trading with Apex. Goku says, take out London lows, then go higher. London session lows. Where are those at? Let's see. We might have already. Okay. Yeah. No, that's also a really solid idea, Goku. So this is London session low. This would be like classic if it's just going to be a clear trending day. Come down, take the London session liquidity. Is there a fair value gap in here that I could pay attention to? There's like this hourly. This is the thing. There's so many gaps below us that it's hard to decide which one it's going to want to fill. But I feel like this could be a good one.
You're not sharing your screen, Zach.
Oh, oops, my bad. Get that up. Thank you. There we go. So yeah, London session low is right here, guys, down at 24,821. It's kind of looking like it could do that. So maybe something like this, if the market's going to stay really bullish. You know, want to be ready for all scenarios. So sweep that London session low. This is an hourly fair value gap. Maybe something like that. If it's just going to be like really easy trend continuation, sweep some internal liquidity, go higher. I actually like that idea, Goku. I think that's a good spot. Like I was saying, though, it's just a little tough to decide which hourly gap we trade into when there's just a bunch of them, right? You have this one, and then you have one more right below us. So I think at that point, that's why you wait for some type of confirmation signal. So for me, that's like an inversion. You know, if we get like a really nice 5-minute or 1-minute inversion fair value gap to the upside, something like this. So comes down, sweeps one of those levels, and then does something like this, right? And then this is a bearish fair value gap in here. That could be your idea for like an inversion setup to the upside. So yeah, I'm game for that. If the market wants to do that, I think I can be prepared for it. Just one account, Dustin says. I have other evals I'm working on. Nice, dude. Nice. But yeah, I'd be game for this. That's actually a good spot. Giveaways today? Yes, sir. Absolutely. We will get the first giveaway going like right before John heads off, guys. So stay tuned for that. I got 12 accounts to give away today. So we'll definitely be doing some giveaways. By the way, guys, if you're new to the stream, the way you enter our giveaways, you have to join the Prop Firm Match Discord channel. So there's a link in the description of the video. But what I'll do for you, I'll make it really easy for you guys. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, okay? And if you guys are on Instagram, if you're watching us on Instagram or TikTok, come on over to the YouTube channel so you can get the Discord link, okay? But I'm going to drop it right here. Just go ahead, join that, guys. Get verified. It'll take you 2 seconds. And that's where we actually claim all of our giveaways. That's how you enter. So definitely get prepared for that. We'll do the first one in like maybe 10 or so minutes. Boosta Beat says, what's the balance between knowing where price is going and entering the trade? Basically, what's the problem if I know where price is going and still end the day red? How do I fix that? That's a freaking amazing question. That's a really good question. John, what do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a really good question for sure. So for me, what happens many times, I know where price is trying to get to. I'm just a little too early into the trade. So if that ends up happening and I get stopped out, for example, like I give myself 2 tries to get into the trade. And if after the second try, and this is just fairly recent too, I just lock myself out. And if I miss the trade, that's fine. But the one thing we can't do is keep banging our heads against the trade. Like if it doesn't work out 1 or 2 times, just let it go. There's going to be another opportunity, and just see was your thesis right. If price got to where you thought it was going to get to, then that means your analysis was pretty good. Maybe you just need to work on either your entries, like how you approach your entries, or maybe give more wiggle room on your stop. That depends on how much risk you're putting on. But those are learning lessons you'll probably get over and over again. And for me, after so many times of that happening, I've just told myself, give it 2 tries max. And after 2 tries, if you don't get your entry and it does go in your direction, or after 2 tries, like stop. There's going to be another trade. There's always another trade. So that's how I approach it. And sometimes it's just, the market is just moving in a way that it's not in your favor. Like it'll just be like a big wick and then it goes to that destination. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, that's well said. I could build off that too. So a couple of things. Personally, I really believe in the fact that if you can determine the directional bias, or what I would call the draw on liquidity, if you can get that right, if you can nail that, your entries should come a little bit more naturally. So if you're getting it right and you're getting stopped out, like John said, there's 2 things. The most important, I would say, is you might need to widen your stop loss. If you're giving yourself really tight stops that stop you out before your idea is invalidated, I think that could be a problem. I'm not someone, I would never say like being someone that trades with ultra tight stops is wrong. But this is the thing. This is where what John said also, you need to blend both of these, the position sizing. If you want to use really tight stops, well, you're going to need to size appropriately, maybe a little bit smaller, because if you're using ultra tight stops, you are going to get stopped out. You're going to have to take those paper cuts. And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're sizing inappropriately, where you take too little, you take 2 tight stop outs, and you've blown your account, or you've hit your daily loss limit, or you've just put too much risk on in general, just from 2 little stop outs, you're doing it wrong. You're sizing inappropriately. So you either need to, if you like the tight stops, size down so that you can withstand those paper cuts and then holds that trade for your target when you finally get the right entry. Or, and this is what I switched to last year, I opened my stop up. I'm using wider stops, and I just give the trade room to breathe, I go, if I can get the overall directional bias right, then my entry is important, but I can give it some room. I don't need to get the perfect entry, I could get in a little bit too early by accident, or maybe not by accident, but it just wasn't the perfect entry. But my stop is at a clear invalidation point. Like, for example, if I was, let's just say I wanted to get long right here, John. I don't necessarily want to. My stop, honestly, I would think it would need to be below the London session lows. I really think that would be the only safest stop loss for a pure invalidation of my idea. And then can I get a 1-to-1 up to like this wick? You can. So this is more valid. Like if I wanted to do this, yeah, that would be great if I catch that 4R trade, sure. But the reality is, I'll probably take 1 or 2 stop outs trying to get this. That's just like the nature of using a tight stop. You're not going to have like an 80% win rate. If like your guru or your educator is showing you stops like this and then saying they have an 85% win rate, I think I can confidently say they're lying to you. Like it's mathematically impossible almost to have like an 80% win rate with a tight stop like this. So these are all just give and takes. You want to use tight stops? Okay, you got to size down a little bit so you can withstand paper cuts. Or you can go the other route where you don't want to take those losses. You got to open up the stop and give that trade room to breathe and then manage appropriately. You don't have to keep it here for the entirety of the trade. You know, like right now, let's say if I got long here, I could say, okay, this trade's working out a little bit. Maybe I could bring it up to this wick, and you could start to lower your risk that way as the trade is working out in your favor. But yeah, that's just more building off on what John said. I pretty much completely agree.
Yep. For sure. Which it's, I do use tight stops. I don't know, like, I think I'm just used to it and it has worked for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really solid advice, Zach. Because I've been looking at how you trade, and that's why I think I wanted to try the wider stops. Yeah, but for me, I think the tight stops just works a little better, and I can get 20 points, maybe 20, 30 points, and then, you know, that's a pretty good trade. But yeah, my approach is kind of, I don't know, it's taken me a while to build up this approach. It's more like scalping, where either I'm right away or I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, then I lose a little bit, and then I do let my trades that are right, I let them ride just a little bit more, then and that ends up working out pretty well.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, that's why I tried to add the caveat. Like, there's a million ways to skin the cat. Tight stops is fine. I had my first profitable year using ultra tight stops. My average stop on NQ last year was like 50 ticks, you know, 12.5 points. But you just got to size appropriately. Like, if you're sizing appropriately, like you said, you could do that. You can handle that, no problem. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. So what's the most you'll risk, Zach, on a trade? What's the most points?
So what I do is, depending on the account size I'm trading, I like to do a max risk of 10% of whatever my overall drawdown is. So on a 50K account with $2,000 max loss limit, I think you can risk like $200 per trade. You know, maybe on a really A+ setup, go for 300 if you feel good. Maybe if you built a buffer, you could up that risk a little bit. But when you're first starting out, I think 1/10 of your overall drawdown. So for a 150K, that would be around $450. I think that's a good rule of thumb, especially for people that haven't taken payouts yet, because the thing is, like, I may risk a little bit more at times, to be perfectly honest, but you know, I know how to take payouts consistently. I could kind of work the game a little bit, but if you're somebody that really wants like a standard rule to follow, I think that is the safest way to go, because it's very simply like you would need to lose 10 trades in a row to blow your accounts, period. So what are the odds you're going to lose 10 trades in a row? It's not very likely. So especially if you look for 2R, like, you're going to be okay. You can keep a 33% win rate and then break even with a 2R. But yeah, I think that's what I say. I think 1/10 of your overall drawdown is a good way to go.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Especially like introducing actual numbers and percentage. That's one thing I'm trying to get better at, is like looking at things from a numbers perspective. And yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah, 10% of your overall account. Yeah. And sometimes
psychologically, right? Like, you take 2 losses, you go, I still got 8 bullets in the chamber. Like, no big deal, whatever.
Yeah, 100%. And sometimes you don't even let it get to the stop, right? Like, you just see this might be invalidated already, and then you'll just cut it.
I do that. Yes. Especially lately, I've been talking about that. It's funny, the 2 payouts I've taken in the last 4 weeks, the first payout, and guys, we actually made a video on this one. It's on the Prop Firm Match channel. I went over my stats on my October payout. and I had a 73% win rate with an average R multiple of about 1-to-1, right? Which is like how I've been trading mostly for the last year. But this most recent payout, the one I took last week, I got to make another video on it because my stats are actually a little bit different. My average R multiple for this most recent payout was actually 2.2 R to 1. And my win rate was about 45%. So pretty big difference. But the thing is, a lot of it depends on the current market conditions. So the type of volatility we've had the last few weeks, I don't know if you've noticed this, John. I just feel like it's been very volatile. Like the market can easily move 50 points in 5 minutes. Like no problem, especially if you're trading at the open. Whereas a few weeks ago, like you still had those moves, but they were a little bit far and few between. I used to be able to feel very comfortable with a 200 tick stop loss or 50 points. Like it was wide enough. It gave it room to breathe, and I could kind of, massage my entry and finagle it and just hold the trade. Right now, if the trade starts going against me immediately, it is 1000% feasible that thing can run right to my 50 point stop loss. So this is where I'm bringing in a little bit of nuance. So lately I've been cutting the trades early if they're not working out for me, not letting it hit the 50 points. Cause it's like, as soon as this thing starts going against me, it's going to just rip 50 points. No problem. Like it's just the reality. So my win rate suffered, but my average R multiple went up, So a lot of it depends on the market context for me, market conditions.
Yeah, that's really well said. I mean, the word nuance is really good. I know it's like we try to give hard and straight approaches to the market, but that's one thing that I've learned this year as well. Like volatility matters. Like it can change how you approach the market that day or for that month. If volatility is super high, and this was taught a lot in the trading community I was in. Like Dan would mention volatility a lot, and it didn't really click until this year for me, because some of my worst days were during when the market was super volatile, and I'd be like, why am I messing up so much? Yeah, it's because one candle is like 20 points, 10 points, and it's like, I have to be super careful in that market environment. So yeah, definitely. And these are the things you learn as you continue trading. Like there's many nuances, many factors that will play into that specific day where you have to take it into account, and that impacts your next move. So yeah, I like that.
Dude, 100%, man. Yeah, the nuance is so key. I wish trading was as simple as like, hey guys, here's my cut and paste strategy. Learn it, write it down, study it. You'll make $1 million. I wish it was that easy. It ain't.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but John, I know you need to probably head off. I don't want to keep you for too long. Anything you want to let the viewers know? Anything about PFM before we go? I know we got the Black Friday deal. Just anything else you want to leave us with?
Yeah, no, for sure. Check out Black Friday on prop4match.com. The futures for beginners course or PDF is ready. We're really excited to release that to everyone. We're just looking at how we're going to release it. So once we have that, I'm really excited to share that with everyone. So anyone who's not into futures, I know Zach and we talk about futures a lot. This is a perfect guide for you. Like even me, like I've seen many guides out there, and to me, what we've created, what the team has created is like top notch. Like I feel like it could be the holy grail for futures beginners. Like it has everything you need to know about trading futures. So I'm really, really excited to share that with everyone.
I was skimming through it the other day. It's solid, guys. So especially if you're new, I know we have a lot of people that have been switching over to futures the last year or so. You're getting ready to make that transition. Yeah, when we drop this, definitely check it out because it's solid.
For sure. Yeah, other than that, happy trading, everyone. Dustin, be careful. I know you're being cautious, but yeah, I'll be watching the stream and look forward to seeing what the market does today.
All right, man. All right, John, have a good one, and we will see you a little later, maybe Thursday, right?
Yep, Thursday.
All right.
Sure.
All right. Take care, brother. Peace.
Yep, you too. Thank you.
Big applause for John in the chats. I know everyone loves when John joins the stream, man. Shout out, John. Yep, see, everyone loves John. W. John. By the way, Sam the Trader, I saw your message before. I'm glad you realized it. Today wasn't Thanksgiving, bro. And you didn't have to miss the stream. Thanksgiving is on Thursday, so guys, no stream on Thursday. Of course, it's U.S. bank holiday. There wouldn't be much going on anyway. And as far as Friday goes, I'm still not sure. I got to get full confirmation. I think we might be streaming on Friday. I got to see. I know it's a half day though, so I don't know like how much volatility will be there, but we'll see. We may be live on Friday as well. But yeah, big shout out. Yeah, guys. And again, I mean, the Black Friday deal, we've been waiting for this. Only thing is I'm waiting for Apex to drop theirs, man, because I am going to go hard once Apex drops their Black Friday deal. But right now, you got some solid offers, 20% off my funded futures, 25% off alpha futures. Let's go here, though, to the Black Friday flash sale exclusive offers. So what are the big ones? You got Alpha Capital. Okay, so for you CFD guys, Blueberry funded, 45% off. Bright funded, 30% off. Make sure, though, if you want to capitalize off of the Black Friday deal, that you check here on the website because the code may be a little different. Instead of the classic code match, to get the Black Friday offering, you may have to add something like Alpha Capital, it's match 30. Blueberry funded, it's match BF. See what I'm saying, guys? So double check that just before you do purchase any prop accounts. If you're using code match, save all the money you can. If you use the classic code match, you might not get the full Black Friday offering is what it looks like. So just double check this. Might as well save that money. You know what I mean? What do we got for futures so far? We got three firms. Alpha futures, 25% off. Top one futures, man, 57.5. I'll show you guys my accounts. I loaded up. I got 550Ks with code match. I took a little short scalp the other night right here. So my accounts are up. I started them yesterday in the PM session. 50K instant funded accounts, and they're already up about 600. So my total P&L, about $3,000. That's the beauty of copy trading. I'm already up $3,000 in like 2 trades. I've taken 2 trades on these accounts so far. Both of them winners. But yeah, shout out Top One Futures. I'll probably, I can't wait to see how this goes. I was doing the math with Top One Futures because with the 57.5% off deal, the 50K accounts are so cheap, man. It's almost criminal. And what I noticed, I didn't know this, the payout cap is a little bit higher per account. So, with the Tradeify payout I took $2,000 out per account. That was my cap. So that with 5 accounts, that's a $10,000 payout. That's awesome. With Top One Futures, I didn't realize this. It's 2.5K per account. So if I get these accounts to their first payout, instead of a $10,000 payout, which is what I've been used to, it'll be 12.5 thousand. So those little things, man, between a deal that they're offering and you want to look at everything, right? This is why prop third match is great. I was able to look at, well, what is the payout cap on Top One Futures versus Tradeify or versus, funding ticks, for example. And I saw the payout cap is 2.5K. That's edge. That is an edge that I can try to exploit as a day trader. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep everyone updated. This is probably what I'll be trading this morning once we get to the open. And again, Boris from BK Forex is going to be on today. So that'll be a good one, man. Like I said, he's been on like CNBC a bunch of times. He's done like real actual interviews. So he's like a legit trader. It'll be fun to chat with him and kind of get his opinion on the prop firm world, on retail trading, how he goes about it. I think it'll be a good conversation. But all right, guys, we can get our first giveaway going if you guys want. We got a lot of people watching, man. We got 96 people watching just on YouTube. We're also live on Instagram, on TikTok. You guys want to run the first giveaway? The Ace says Boris is dope. Awesome. You know, I don't know if you were here for the whole stream so far, the Ace, but I actually met Boris once. Last year, he was doing a podcast with Austin Silver. So he was first, and then I was after Boris. So we kind of like just met very briefly, like shook hands. He might not even remember, but I thought it'd be fun. See if he remembers that. Giveaway time? Yes, sir. We don't give away too many CFD accounts, Tariq. You know, we're mostly focused on futures over here. Futures is a better trading. It's better to trade futures over anything else. They're better than CFDs. All right, let's do the giveaway. Let's do it. Futures is better. LOL. Yeah, dude. Nah. It's, no debate. No debate. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Look at this, Stoic. You see this trade I took? My little negative risk reward scalp. I was in this thing all damn night. I went to sleep with this with this position on. Look at that negative R, dude. 0.44 to 1. Have a good stream, bro. Yeah, you as well, man. I think you're probably going live too. So have a great stream, brother. Salute. We'll see you next week, hopefully. All right, let's get this giveaway going, guys. As always, like I said, join the Discord, okay? So join the Prop Firm Match Discord channel to get entered into the giveaway. I have not given anyone, I haven't told any of you guys what to type to enter, so don't start spamming the Discord chat, but we'll do it right now. We'll get it set up. All right, so here we are. This is the Prop Firm Match Discord channel. Like I said, link in the description of this video, okay? Invite link to the Discord. If you guys are watching on TikTok or Instagram, come on over to the YouTube stream, okay? That's where most of the engagement happens. That's where the chat is. If you can't, you want to stay on TikTok or whatever, that's cool. But if you want to get the giveaway going, you got to get onto the YouTube stream to get the link to the description. Link in the description of this video. So, okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I see some of you guys are typing, but I haven't given a word yet. All right. Type. What should we say? Let's do this. Type Black Friday to enter the giveaway. Go. Type Black Friday to enter the giveaway on Discord chat. Get your entries in. There we go. Beauty, beauty, beauty. I'm feeling good, man. You know, the week after you take a nice big payout, it's like, I don't care what happens this week. I was red yesterday. I could care less, man. You know what I mean? We locked in our payout. We locked in our payout for the month. We're chilling. Hey, I see Mike in the chat. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Yeah, get those entries in, guys. All right, let's do this. You know what? I need to take a quick break. I want to make sure I get Boris set up so that he can join the stream in a little bit. Yeah, no capital letters, guys. Just do it like that. Yeah, no all caps. I think people just find all caps annoying. I think that's the situation there. I guess that's what the mods, they didn't want all caps. Fair enough. All right, guys, get your entries in. I'm going to take a quick break, and what we're going to do is we're going to announce the winners as soon as we get back. I could give away 3 accounts right now. I got 12 accounts to give away, so we'll start off giving off 3 for this first giveaway, and we will do that as soon as I get back from a quick break. Like, I'm talking 90 seconds. Give me a few minutes and we will be right back. Where am I from? I am based in New York City, Brooklyn, New York. Shout out. Brooklyn, New York, baby. All right. Quick break. Yep. Quick coffee break. You guys know me. I'm going to go make an espresso and I'll be right back. Announcements to the giveaway winners coming as soon as we get back. All right, guys. All right, all right. There we go. We're back. What's up, chat? Sorry about the wait there. A little longer than usual, but had to get a few things in order. You know what I mean? We got Erkan here in the chat. Erkan says, let's give it up for prop firm match hooking it up every day. I agree, bro. Let's do this for prop firm match. One more for good measure. Let's go. But yeah, guys, we'll get this giveaway going. We can get this going. I'm sure most of you got your entries in. Let me get these copied. Code word was Black Friday here in the Discord channel. And again, just because it's a nice, healthy reminder, if you don't win a giveaway today, we are giving away 12, so you got good chances. But if you don't, listen, man, go take advantage of the Prop Firm Match Black Friday discount with Prop Firm Match. That's all you got to do, man. I took advantage. 57.5% off top one futures. I had to get it hooked up, man. I had to do it. I'm going to get this list populated real quick. I also just want to make sure that Boris can get here into our stream. So let me do that as well. So chat, let me know what you guys are thinking. If anyone has any technical analysis questions for me, we can do that. Let me just get this going. Rocha saying, I'm kind of bearish. Any POC lower? Good question, Rocha. Yeah, I mean, we have, you know, Friday's POC that has still been untouched because yesterday there was an 80% setup in play, right? And it never hit, which is also what leads me to believe we're actually not done with our down move. I think this Monday morning move could have been manipulation. I could talk about more of that in a moment, but yeah, I do think that could be a situation here, man. Okay, last little bit of business I got to do, guys, and then we're chilling. Sorry for the wait here. Okay, cool. Got that done. All right, let's get this giveaway going, guys. I just need to copy the names, and then we are good to go. I gave everyone ample time to get up in this first giveaway of the day. There we go. All right, got all the names. Let me get this list. Market's just in a range right now, not doing much of anything interesting. I do think we can sell off, though. All right. Just getting this list going. Also, I want to take a look at this poll and see if we're still ultra bullish or ultra bearish. Yesterday, the chat was right, man. The chat beat me. You guys beat me on bias. I was looking for sells. I was bearish for the day, and the market ripped to the upside. So I was wrong, man. You know, full disclosure, I'll be honest when I'm wrong. All right, chat, let's do a quick pinwheel. And we can do a duck race as well, but let's do a pinwheel first. We got a bunch of names. Let's go. Who's ready? Who's ready, chat? Also, I want to take a look at the poll. So we got 123 votes. 68% of you are bullish, and 32% are bearish. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, Rocha says, I'm kind of bearish. Please don't let chat be right today. I mean, bro, listen. Chat, okay, here's the thing, guys. Chat was right yesterday, but chat has been wrong overall, okay? Chat has been wrong overall. So you could be looking at this as like probabilities. If you continually fade the chat, you'll eventually be right more than wrong. So you could fade chat today and take sells. But I can't tell anyone exactly what to do. We're just gonna trade the charts. Zach, give us coffee recipe, bro. I just have an espresso machine. You know what I mean? I keep it simple. By Nespresso, I mean the pods. You know what I mean? I do the pods. I had a regular espresso machine, bro, and it was too much work. I'm just not enough. I can't get into it enough to get into it and make the coffee right. So I went with the pod system. Chat's always bullish? I don't know about that. Oh, and I see we got Boris in here. I think Boris is ready to go. You know what, real quick, chat, before we bring Boris on, let's just give away these two accounts real quick. Let's not subject Boris to doing the pinwheel. So let's do this. Here we go. Oh, there we go. We got Shivam. Shivam, have you won an account this week? I don't think so. Just let me know for sure, but I don't think you've won an account this week. I think you're good. All right, let's do another one. W, Shivam. Hey, there we go. Okay, Nikola Markovic. You just won an account. Shout out. Let me explain how you guys are going to claim your accounts too. We'll do one more giveaway too before we bring Boris on. But guys, if you're new to how to claim your giveaway accounts, go over to PFM support on X. Okay, I'm going to drop the link for you. Make it real easy. Dropping the link in the chat right here. Go ahead, DM them, show them proof of your Discord handle, and they will get you hooked up. Yeah, so shout out Shivam and shout out our winners so far. All right, last giveaway, and then let's get Boris on and let's talk some trading. Elite. All right, you are the winner. Those are the three giveaways we're going to do for right now. Like I said, I've got a bunch of accounts to give away throughout the day, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, and smash that like button, guys. All right, we got a ton of people watching right now. Smash the like button, and we'll get more giveaways as we go. But yeah, we're going to bring Boris on. Let's get him going right here.
Good morning.
How are you, man? Good morning, man.
You made me like realize I didn't have my Nespresso by me, so I had to go get off air for 1 second to go make one just for the show. So
there you go, man. There you go. Yeah, shout out Nespresso. It made my life a lot easier. I was just telling them I had a regular espresso machine. It's too much work.
No, man, they're way too much work. They're way too much work. Just the pods, man. I go through like 40 of them in a week, I buy them wholesale from Amazon.
Same, dude. We're on the same page, man. We're on the same page. I do the exact same thing.
Exactly.
By the way, Boris, before we get going, can you also enter the second studio? I know it's a little bit annoying, but we also stream vertically on IG.
Oh yeah. Okay, give me just 1 sec. I gotta pull that link. Just give me just 1 sec.
Here, I just sent it to you one more time, just so you don't need to get
Yeah.
confused. It'll be the most recent one. Perfect.
Got it. Just 1 sec.
Yep. No worries.
Coming into your second studio. Okay. There you go.
Beautiful. There we go.
Now I'm vertical and horizontal. Very nice.
Perfect. Yep. There we go. All right. Awesome, man. So listen, I'm really excited to have you. I don't know if you remember this, but we actually met very briefly.
We did? You know, Zach, hold on. I'm getting like a double. Is there a way to mute one of my mobile?
For some people, sometimes that happens for people. If you have headphones, I think that will fix it. Otherwise, it usually kind of fixes itself after a little while.
Okay, let's see. It sounds like it's okay. I'm not getting any feedback. I was going to use my AirPods if I need to. Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think we sound okay. All right.
Perfect.
How you doing? Yeah. So you're saying you met me? Did you meet
Yes,
me?
we met. We met briefly. I think it was over a year ago now. You were doing a podcast with Austin Silver. And
Oh yeah.
We was in Brooklyn.
Yeah. In the Brooklyn Yards, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I think you were first, and then he was having me on right after. You know, Austin, he'll knock 3 podcasts out in a single day. So.
Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. Yes.
Absolutely. Shout out Austin.
Mr. VWAP.
Mr. VWAP.
Mr. VWAP. Yes, exactly.
Wait, yeah, man. So, I mean, I was excited to have you when I heard you were coming on. You're also based in New York. So am I. I'm over here in Brooklyn. I reside here in like Ridgewood area, Bushwick.
All right. I'm on the Upper West Side, so that means that there's a siren going by every 5 seconds. As a matter of fact, every one of my streams, the only thing that's guaranteed is that there'll be some siren, and we usually always play the game: fire, police, or ambulance. The audience has to guess.
Absolutely. All right, chat. Stay tuned for that. Try and take a guess if it comes up. But yeah, man, like I've known of you for quite a few years, but I don't really know exactly what you trade and how you trade. I know that you trade indexes I believe you trade the indices, correct? But maybe you could give the chat a little intro to our audience, kind of, who are you? How long you've been trading? What do you trade? All that good stuff.
I've been trading longer than most of your audience is alive. So,
Sure.
We won't go into my full and sordid past. These days I do nothing but prop trade live on my YouTube channel every single day, and I trade literally almost exclusively NQ. The reason why is because my type of trading is scalping, which is a very, very, very focused type of trading. I'll show you all my trades. I've done about probably 15 trades already this morning. I'll show you my charts in a minute, but we'll talk about what I do. But because I scalp, which means I go for a very, very small, highly concentrated, high probability setups, I find that even diffusing your focus to 2 instruments, like we used to trade NQ and gold, and I gave up gold not because it's not tradable, because when you focus on more than one thing, when you're scalping, you're just going to screw up both. So it's just an art that requires high concentration and deep focus into one single thing. So that's what we do these days. I'm just basically trading NQ. If I do switch around, what I find is that if I want to trade gold, then I just trade gold exclusively, and I leave NQ alone. Like 3 or 4 weeks ago, when gold was just flying, when we were doing $100 hours, and it was just the most amazing trade in the world, right? We just basically forgot about NQ and started trading gold. But now gold is back to its, 1 step forward, 3 steps backwards kind of a thing. NQ is still rocking. And basically, my view is as long as NQ does 300 points a day, I want to be there, because that's the sweet spot for me. That means there's an enormous amount of volatility. There's about 1,000 trade opportunities for me every single day in that structure, and that's what I want to be. If the volatility dies and we go to like 100-point NQ days, then I want to look somewhere else.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. NQ 300-point days are like a given these days, man.
I know.
It's been amazing.
And that is, that's like manna from heaven for us, because if you're a short-term trader, We'll discuss my setups and my charts, but like essentially on a 300-point day, I should be doing a trade every 10 to 15 minutes. I should have a setup every 10 to 15 minutes. So you can see the frequency really comes in.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah. I'm really interested to learn about your trade frequency. If you want to pull up your charts, we can start to get into it. But overall, we do trade somewhat similarly. I focus on NQ entirely. I look at the ES to gauge relative strength and weakness, but I'm an NQ guy. I also trade high probability. I call it taking the low hanging fruit. I like to look for 1-to-1 R. I'll even target a negative R. It really means nothing to me. I'll take a 0.5 to 1.
Yeah, I'm going to surprise your audience because people who trade with me, of course, notice. But we trade ridiculously negative R. I trade one.
Beautiful. I love it.
I trade 1 to 4 R. The idea is that we try to have 10 winners for every single loser, and we're trading. I mean, the setup I have is a sort of very. Would you like me to just kind of walk them through what I do?
Would love to. If you could just, I know it gets a little annoying, but if you could also just put your screen on the second studio as well.
Okay.
I got to remind everyone, it's not you.
Yeah. Okay. Hang tight.
Once you do that, though, you're good. I'll be able to control everything.
Then you can do everything. Okay. All right. Hang tight. Yeah, this whole vertical thing, I refuse to do. I really probably should be doing, because probably a lot of people watching it, vertically. But I'm like, it's enough work just to deal with the horizontal.
I totally get it. But yeah, we're good now. We got them both out.
Okay. All right, awesome. So before, let me just kind of explain to you the overarching structure of what I do, and then you guys, of course, feel free to ping whatever questions you guys have while I'm talking about this. I trade a proprietary indicator that I wrote myself, right? And I've rewritten it. I don't think it's an exaggeration, maybe 150 times. Everybody in my room knows that the single biggest lie is this is the final version, because there's always something new that I'm trying to extract out of it. But the underlying structure is super simple. We're basically trading momentum and a little bit of counter momentum. What you're looking at right now is actually a 1-minute chart, which is going to shock everybody who trades with me, who's in your room today, because I sent a lot of my traffic to you just because I was guest trading with you today. Because usually I trade the 2-minute chart, but I'm going to actually flip the script today. I'm kind of disclosing the new version of the setup on your show. So the reason why we trade the 1-minute chart is because, again, it goes back to what Zach and I were talking about earlier. 300-point days create more than enough volatility on a 1-minute chart for us to extract the 5 points of NQ that we're looking. I am looking to extract 5 points of NQ with a 20-point stop. So it's a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio. Obviously, it's a ridiculously negative risk reward ratio, and obviously you want to be super accurate. You want to win 10 against losing 1. That's the ratio we try to go. Yesterday, I actually looked at my record. I had like 15 consecutive winning trades in a row. Today, I'm probably going to have like 5 losing trades in a row, because it's just the nature of the beast. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point being is, it gives you huge amount of practice. The setup is this. I'm going to talk a little bit about the setup, and then I'll tell you why I think scalping is the way to go for anybody who wants to learn how to trade. So the setup is very, very simple. We're using long-term moving average, which in this case is a 200-period SMA. Sorry, go ahead. Are you saying something, Zach?
No.
Okay. So here's a 200-period SMA right over here, right? Against a short-term 8-period SMA. This is the short-term period SMA. Now, short-term 8-period SMA, I'm going to put my little, motto. You can see that it actually changes color, right? You see how it goes from green to red? That's the change of slope. That's the one little key ingredient that we put in there. It's very, very valuable to how we're going to decide whether to do a trade or not to do a trade, right? All we're looking for, now there's a couple of different ways you can trade it. If you want to be a pure purist, like a pure trend trader, for example, right now the 8-period SMA is below the 200. All we're going to do is trade short trades. Of course, I never do that because I'm a degenerate trader, and I want to trade both trend and counter trend. But if you really want to be super disciplined, you just want to take sell trades in this particular regime because the downtrend is down. You can actually see
It can simplify things too. It
Right.
takes some guesswork out of the way.
Right. You can see the downtrend is down. That's exactly it. Now, you guys are going to ask me, why aren't you using EMAs? It doesn't effing matter. Why aren't you using 100 versus a 10? It doesn't matter. It's all essentially to create context. The context is long-term moving average against short-term moving average. That's the foundational support of what we're doing, right? Then the second thing that we're doing, which is the bread and butter of our trade, is momentum dots. You see these little dots over here? These are dots that tell you some very, very important information. So a purple dot tells you that it's the beginning of a red sell, like, you know, a down move. A white dot tells you that it is the beginning of a buying move, right? It's an early buy signal. A purple dot is an early sell signal. And of course, they switch around, you know, tremendously up and down because price action is going to switch around. So there are three primary setups that I trade, right? The first setup is just pure trend momentum, and you could almost call it first trend trade in a cycle. So if I were to look at this over here, the way this would work is, what we're looking for is the following set of conditions. We need so we're going to go red. First, the slope is the big trend is to the downside, 200 below 800, right?
Yes.
Then what we're looking for is a following set of conditions. We want a purple or a red dot, but that's not all. We want the purple or the red dot to be always in a red slope condition. And the best way to define that is, I want a red, oh, sorry, one last thing I forgot to mention to you. Every candle above the 8 SMA is green. Doesn't matter if it's up or down. These candles are colored according to my preference, which is every candle above SMA is green. Every candle below SMA is red.
Okay, interesting. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah.
Yes. So that's why it's confusing. And these purple candles I'll get to in just 1 second. But purple is just an intense version of green. White is an intense version of red. Purple is an intense version of red. White is an intense version of green. In a second. But anyways, the classic trade, like right now, I have a classic trade coming up over here. I can't. My chart is like, no, they're just dumping the thing. I actually, hang on a second. Let me see if I could get into this trade. I'm gonna wait till the candle closes. It's 6 seconds to the close. I'm gonna just wait till the candle closes. You see, there's a counter on the candle. Let's see if I can. All right, I'm in the trade now, and I'm done. Yeah.
I freaking love it, man. I love it.
That's the extent of my attention span. That's why I would like this. But you know, why did I take this trade? Let me just give you the mechanics of this. What you have here is, obviously we're in a downtrend, but the slope is red, right? We had obviously a red dot here all the way down, and the prior candle was also red. So everything surrounding this momentum move was red, and it gave us confidence that there was going to be some continuity. We're just trading continuity. What we're betting on is, if things go up under certain conditions, they're going to push higher. If things go down under certain conditions, they're going to push lower, because momentum is on our side. Now, the thing about this is, momentum is fleeting, and momentum can last a short time or a long time. People are going to go to me, why aren't you in this trade and then running it for 100 points? The answer to that is twofold. Number one, I have zero patience and ability to do that. And it's very, very important to know who you are when you're trading, right? Because you need to know what you're good at and what you're bad at. And I'm very, very bad at being patient. But number two is because it always looks good in the retrospect, but this kind of a move is essentially 1 or 2 time out of 10 move, right? Whereas this kind of a move is a 9 out of 10 move. In other words, momentum for 5 points is a lot easier to predict. The shorter your target, the greater your momentum, the higher your probability of success. Yes. That's all it means. That's really all it means.
So Boris, I've actually this is something I'm pretty sure I remembered hearing you say in an interview, and it's one of the things that actually got me to start focusing on lower time frames and lower R multiple. For years, I was like a 3R kind of guy. Like I look for 3R, 4R trades. I had a very low win rate, and it can work, right? If you do that type of trading system, it can technically work. It's pure math. But what I learned is, especially when trading with futures prop firms, and this is something we could probably get into, I'm sure you have insight into this. These futures prop firms, they do not reward volatile equity curves like that. They reward positives, upward sloping equity curves that are stable. How do you get an equity curve like that? You take base hits, you look for your one-to-ones or your negative R. When I switched to one-to-ones and negative R, which was last year, the year prior, I had my first profitable year. I was doing it pretty well. This year, it's like night and day. I've had the best year in my trading career ever. And I trade the exact same style in terms of the concepts that I use. The only thing I changed was going for base hits, low R multiple, and higher win rate. That's the only thing I changed, and it just got so much better. So for you, two questions. Number one, with this negative R, you're going for 0.25 to 1 or even 0.1?
Yeah, no, that's exactly, you're probably right. 0.25 if okay. I just used the whole numbers, but it's the same thing. Yeah. So
first question with that, because I'm sure people wonder this. They say, how do you deal with when you finally take an inevitable loss? That's number one. And number two, do you agree that you think this type of trading style works really well, particularly for prop firms, futures prop firms?
So let me go backwards to prop firms first.
Yeah.
It is, of course, my style works really well with prop firms. In fact, you know how people are always bitching, I made all this money and the prop firm denied my payout because I did this and did that. Sirens. Sirens. There we go. My track record is never beat. Blah, blah. Like, I never in my life even come across the idea that I'm breaking prop firm rules for two reasons. One, because obviously, we're trading very, very clean short hits, right? So in other words, how people go, nothing worse than a trailing drawdown, right? Like, they hate the trailing drawdown, right? I don't ever even think about the trailing drawdown because I'm always exiting at peak equity. I'm always exiting pretty much at my high of my equity,
Yep. Like, same here, man. Exactly.
It's not even an issue for me. Literally, I've never in my life have I go, oh damn, I was up $5,000 and now I'm down $2,000 and now I got blown up. So that's the point, is that all of the prop firm rules that everybody hates, I don't even think about them because my setup works for it, right? The second thing that I will always answer is I trade ultra small. Okay. There's only one rule that I always repeat. Now I say this, Zach, because I always say, do as I say, not as I do. I wish I followed this rule all the time. I'm just like you. I get large, I get stupid, I try to beat market with size. All of those things are always 100% losing propositions.
Yeah.
The rule that I follow is, if you are trading large, you are not in charge. The only control you have, not your trade setup, not the market, it's size. The only way they can't kill you is if you trade small size. But we're all susceptible to revenge trading. But I will tell you this, that literally it's 100% losing strategy. Even when you win, you will always lose on the next one. I've never, ever successfully taken an account from eval to funded to payout on revenge trading. Never.
It's like you just said, short-lived. It's short. Always, any success with that is short-lived.
Yes, it's I actually, God, I heard this story. I don't know if it's true, but it was just like it sounded true. So apparently there was a guy, I don't know which prop firm it was. He got like a $300,000 payout, right? And like a month later, he's coming back to these guys, and he's like, "Oh, I blew my my accounts.
I heard this. Yeah.
Can you give me some free accounts?" And they were like, "Dude, we just paid you $300,000. You don't think you can purchase your own evals?" And he's like, "I blew all that money." So what that basically says is that was the guy he just levered up in the right direction, got very, very lucky, got paid out, but did not have any skills to stay in the game.
Exactly.
And that's the key thing. Like, one thing we always I teach in my Pass the Prop Academy is that I'm always, it's never about the payout. It's never about winning, the particular account. It's never about the setup. It's always about trying to learn the skills you need for a lifetime of trading, So
when you trade smaller size, you say you trade very small in your prop accounts. What does that look like exactly? Like, what account sizes do you like to trade? Do you like the bigger accounts, like the 150Ks, or do you like the smaller accounts?
We trade mainly with, I trade mainly with Apex. I love those guys, for futures. For CFDs, we trade with Think Markets. But, I love Apex. When I trade futures, of course, everybody knows the 50 is the sweet spot in Apex. It's the correct risk reward. It's a basically almost 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, because the larger on the accounts you go, the more you got to make with, you have like a 1-to-3 drawdown to
profit
fund
ratio.
Profit ratio. I'll trade 25s. So I'm always trading 50s or 25s. This is an eval that I'm trading right now. That's a 50 that I just got yesterday. The other thing that I need to tell. So basically, the rule of thumb. You asked me what is the proper size. Here's my rule of thumb. Whatever is the notional of the, let's say notional is 25, right? Then you should trade 2 micros, not minis, micros. Trading 2 micros. Because remember, I'm doing 20. I'm going to do 20 turns a day, right? I'm not looking. It's not like that. If it's 50, I can go. I probably it's 5 is a little too much, but that's the max I should do, like 5 micros, about half a minute. Jesus Christ, we are just getting pounded.
I can't even believe this. Yeah, man, we are just selling off.
Just selling. I'm like I have this setup that is a counter trend setup, and I really want to do it, but it's not quite there. I'm afraid to pull the trigger now.
We've been having fun with the chat, Boris. I drop a poll every morning, bullish or bearish.
Right.
Listen, chat's usually wrong. You could usually fade chat.
I was bearish on that poll. I was bearish.
Yeah, on that poll. I was bearish today too. But yesterday they were right. I was actually bearish yesterday, and I was trying to short that run up. So chat's not always wrong, but yeah.
No, it's not always
definitely
wrong.
So were you were looking for the sells today? Were you more short biased?
Yeah. Here's the other thing is, I don't have a bias.
Okay.
And the other thing is, we all know that I always laugh around when I say, whatever I'm biased, it's always going to be the opposite. I actually think, we could be bearish right now. We all know by 2 o'clock, this whole, we could come back and take out the high. We could go to 25,000 by 2 o'clock.
That's right? NQ. That's NQ, baby.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't have a bias. I don't. It's really, really healthy. I just trade the next 1 minute. Is it setting? Is it looking bullish? Then I want to be bullish. If it's looking bearish. I don't think about what the market is going to do. It's a futile. I mean, it's funny because I spent all my life as an analyst. And like now, when I see people make analysis, which is very often really about as good as throwing darts at a board, I kind of find it really amusing, because almost nobody can really forecast the future. I use the weather analogy. I can with 99% accuracy forecast the next 1 minute in the weather. Like if it's not raining right now, it's not going to rain a minute forward. Ask me an hour, I'm already less certain. Ask me a day, I have no clue. Ask me a week, I don't have an effing clue.
So well said, man. I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure I learned that from you. It is so much more feasible to exploit the lower time frame inefficiencies. What could happen in the next 1 to 3 minutes? You're more likely to get that right than you are to get and predict what the daily candle is going to print by the end of the day. Yeah,
because it's all auction theory, right? It's all auction. We're just looking for shifts in supply and demand. Like right now, we had a massive supply, right? You can see the chart right now, the bull spot. By the way, so let me just a little bit narrate a little bit at some of these candles so people can understand some of the other setups. So what you see over here, these purple candles, is what we call the pull away candle. The pull away candle is when it's so strong it's not even touching the moving average. That's how it's pulling away from the moving average. See how that's pulling away? Yeah. Now, when especially in the dominant trend. The dominant trend right now is the short one. The dominant trend, the first pull away candle in the trend slice. The trend slice is the beginning of a short-term moving average that's like, that's red, right, where the slope is red. This is a green slice right now. We're getting a counter trend slice in the 8-period SMA. The first pull away candle is almost always good for continuity, and I actually took that as this wasn't my setup, but I just took it not because it was a pull away candle, but this was a good continuity candle. Usually when there's not a super strong hurricane, by the time you get 3 of these in a row, and actually you could have bought this. I like to counter trend this. When this ends, I like to buy this for a quick pop, because remember, for 5-point pop, that's pretty much gonna happen. That's my counter trend trade. So there's there's this pull away candle that is a momentum trade, and then when it gets a little too much, it's a counter trend. Now, a really, really good counter trend trade is right here. We have one white candle, that's the pull away candle. Second white candle. If I get a third one, I'm going to short this thing. I'm going to try to short it on a third candle. I probably could short it on a second one, but I'm trying to be responsible. Is that the word?
Yeah. And would that be a trend continuation idea? That's
right.
Based off.
Let's not be responsible. We're going to short this candle as soon as if this candle ends up white on the close, and I always trade the close, because remember, the market will lie to you until the candle closes, right?
I'm so big on that. I'm so big on that. We say the same thing. We say
right. The market lies to you until you get the close. So I'm going to bang it out. All right, I'm in the trade. Oh no, I was too early. See, this is me. So I'm probably going to eat this one, but because of course I'm always eager to do setups. But the proper setup is actually 3 of these in a row. So now we're going to stay patient. And
wait for that candle closure.
If we get this one, we'll short this one, because 3 in a row is a pretty good exhaustion point. This was a massive short covering rally. So I just I got too eager. But that's fine. We'll 29 seconds left. Let's see if we can the hardest part is to not pull the trigger before the candle closes, because you're always like, I'm gonna short this stuff. It's right there. But you got to be really.
The bodies tell the story. Wicks do the damage. I think that's how
exactly. Let's see if this needs to actually hold it. If this disappears, then I got no trade. But let's see. Yes. All right. Let's see. I'm laying it out. All right. I'm in the trade. Let's see if it might just squeeze me a little bit more, but hopefully it'll come back.
I think this one's better. I do think this one's.
Yeah, and this one was better. See, it's a perfect example of here. Let's do this on the magnifying glass. You can see it. So I got to. This is look. Everybody screws up. I just want you to know, my favorite saying is "Do as I say, not as I do." Right? Everybody is subject to excitement and stuff like that. And and I'm on stream with you guys. I want to show you trades. I want you to see the setup. So I'm like, so this was dumb, because my rule of thumb is on a 1 minute, you got to have 3 of these consecutive. When I finally followed my rule, boom, it took exactly 5 seconds for me to get the trade done.
Do you do a lot of live streaming, Boris? Or are you live streaming your trade
every single day? We live stream every single day. As a matter of fact, I live stream not only every single day. Now we're going to live stream Asia, and we're going to live stream the close of the New York too for Europeans. I'm going to be Mr. Live starting December, because I love it. I love trading. I love showing the setups. And the great thing about of course when I'm live trading with this kind of a thing is it's like playing golf, which I don't play, which I despise, but my father is it's not a sport, it's a religion. I have to listen to it all the time. But I do love tennis. And the whole thing about playing tennis or playing any other sport or playing basketball or anything else is you need 1,000 reps to even begin to understand what the mechanics are of the setup, right?
100%, yeah.
Right. So the beautiful thing about doing these kind of short-term scalps, you see, I've been on with you for like, I don't know, half an hour. We've done 3 or 4 trades. Is you get a rep the proper rep, like proper, not like bullshit. Oh, I just feel like I'm going to sell. I feel like I'm going to buy. A true setup every 10, 15 minutes. So you get to practice, the timing. Practice the timing. Trading is all about timing, right? The more you practice. That's why you trade small. That's why you trade with a very, very minimal size. And as a matter of fact, what my recommendation is, anybody who's starting out on a new setup, right? Not even like if you're starting out as a trader, this is a given. But if you're starting out a new setup and you've been trading forever, you should do 100 minimum setups at 1 micro. Just one. It's completely not about making a P&L. It's about you timing the mechanics, about you getting the trade setup correct, because that's what it's all about. It's about you being able to see the charts and understand how the price action reacts. And you only begin to get comfortable after about 100 setups. That's a week's worth of trading. If trust me. Again, do as I say, not as I do, because God knows I break that rule all the time. But I'm going to. This is my New Year's resolution early. I'm vowing that, like for example, this particular eval, I am just doing micros for at least 100, so that I can then take a look at my reporting, at my mechanics, see how I did, and see if I've been a good boy, and then I give myself a reward and maybe go up to 2. And that's actually a really, really good way of doing it. Because I think what everybody tries is they just try to pass the challenge in 1 second or 1 minute, which is easy. I love it. We pass challenges in 1 minute all the time. It's not hard. You just have a hunch, bet a bunch, load up the exact amount of contracts you need with the exact point size, and if you're in the right flow, you hit it, right? It's not that hard to pass the challenge on a lucky trade. It's much, much harder to keep the challenge, because what requires there is this kind of constant skill of picking accurate trade setups. So
yeah, very well said. Would you say that this is something I loved about learning on the lower time frames? You can just get so many more reps in. You have more opportunities to, it's about like mastering a kick. You just get so many more opportunities when you're doing that on the lower time frames.
Right. What is it that Bruce Lee said? Bruce Lee said, "I don't fear a man who's learned 1,000 punches. I fear a man who's practiced 1 punch 1,000 times." Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly, man.
And that's what you need to do. And the other thing is, you need to do that. Remember, understand, this is a very competitive game, right? It's a very, very competitive game. There are lots of minuscule little edges in this game, right? But they all require deep expert knowledge of that particular little edge that you're doing, right? Mm-hmm. And like, if you're like, oh, I'm going to do this strategy and this strategy, and I'm going to be swinging gold and scalping NQ, and I don't know, going on a daily for Forex, whatever. That's fine, but you will be a jack of all trades, master of none. This is a game where you need focus and understanding, and the very, HFTs are probably not trading this, or certainly, big institutional traders couldn't give a flying F about the 1 minute chart and whatever's happening on a 5 minute wiggle, right? Yeah. But you do, and and that's your domain expertise, and you could figure out how to optimize that for yourself. Conversely, if this is not your cup of tea, by the way, the great thing about my indicator is that God knows, I designed it for my own personality, but there are guys in my room who will actually be in trade from over here, and I'm like, I made 5 points, and they're like, I made 500. Thanks a lot, Boris. If you have the patience, you can easily do this. You can easily do a lot of stuff. There is stuff you can do with this that's completely the opposite of what I do, which is lower, much lower probability, but such high payouts. Like you could learn how to add. If you have the personality, I tried to do this yesterday. I always experiment unfortunately on my chat room. Guys know that, that's why everybody knows to take me not seriously whenever I try and do stuff. But like yesterday, I was like, hey, I just came back from Australia. It was this great strategy of adding to winners. Let's try it. And it was just a complete disaster. I blew 2 eval accounts. Fortunately, I'm smart enough to know that, you know, if I'm going to try something new, I'm going to do it on evals, not on funded accounts. I blew 2 eval accounts in literally a matter of like 45 minutes because I can't do it. I don't have the personality to freaking add. But there are guys who know how to have the strength of power to add to a winning trade. And then it's like a 15x to 1 payout. Now that sounds really great, right? That sounds really great to a lot of people who listen to it. Like, I want that. The question you want to ask yourself is, do you have the personality to do that?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what you need to answer for. You know, we all want that. We all want 15x returns. Do you have the personality to absorb, you know, 10 losses in a row at 1x and then hit that one and then hold on to that one for its full run? I don't.
I have a question for you. So I know you trade with Apex for futures. I think you said you trade a couple of CFD firms as well. Do you notice?
Think Markets is a firm we really like for their broker. We usually always want to trade with broker-backed firms. The other firm that we just, that just became a sponsor of ours is called Breakout Trading. They're a crypto firm owned by Kraken.
Shout out Breakout. Yeah.
If you like crypto, that's a great trade. By the way, my stuff really does work really well in crypto. Like, I'm such a degenerate trader that I will actually practice on a demo account on Bitcoin on the weekend because that's the only thing that's trading on the weekend.
Sure.
And except on crypto, you cannot do the one. You have to do the 5-minute chart because the vol and the spread is so much that you got to do it.
So that's actually what I wanted to ask you in regards to when you are trading on a different, futures versus CFD or crypto firms. One of the reasons I love futures is because I'm a low time frame trader. They have virtually no spread, virtually no slippage.
Correct.
What I've noticed is that over a span of say 100 trades or 1,000 trades, if I took the exact same executions on a futures platform, even a personal live account, I trade a personal cash account as well. And I also take those exact same executions on a CFD, even if it's a good broker backed firm or FX, I will be more profitable over that span of 100 or 1,000 trades with the same executions on futures because I'm not getting eaten up by the spread and the slippage. So when you're trading with those other firms, are you also trading lower time frames? Are you looking for 5 ticks, 5 points, or do you have to change it up a little bit to account?
You absolutely like the absolute antithesis of like NQ in terms of spread and cost is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin very liquid. Think travels 1,000 points an hour, so it's great. But you can't be going for 5 points. You can't even be going for 50. In Bitcoin, you have to start to go for 100 against if you were doing sort of like you want to go for 100 points, I guess maybe a 400 stop, and even that might be a little too small. The reason why is because the actual spread in Bitcoin is 35, so you got to make $1.35 just to get that 100, right?
Exactly.
So you absolutely have to understand that when you're trading CFDs, the spread, you have to make the spread a smaller percentage of your P&L than you would in futures, where in futures, you see me, I'm going on offer. I'm just join ask. I'm not even hitting market. I'm going on offer, buying bid, which means that I can eliminate as much of the spread as possible. All I'm paying is the comms, which is why the comms are definitely going to be a part of cost of doing business. But you can't do that in CFD. So you definitely do. You need to explore it. And the cool thing about CFD props is you can hold the positions, right? I mean, they don't. They're not like hey, you got to close everything at 5 o'clock. So for those people who are more who want to trade on a longer term time frame, you want to trade. You can easily trade this. Like, let's put this on a 15-minute chart just for shits and giggles, right? Okay, this is holy cow. Let me get rid of. Let me just get rid of all this my trading so that you can. Sorry, so we can just have a clean chart for a second. So this is a 15-minute chart, right? And you could see that 6 o'clock there's a big rally. You could have taken these are 15-minute candles. So if you're trading CFDs, this was a very, very nice move. But you got to, I think the proper sort of thought pattern is that if I'm trading, 520, maybe on a CFDs, I should be trading, 5,200, something like that, like a sort of a 10 larger, or at least, 5 larger structure to make it viable. You definitely want to go on a longer term time frame with big stuff. But look, I mean, it's same kind of a setup. This is a 15-minute chart, right? The slope turns negative. We have a red dot preceding by a red candle, all telling you negative momentum. You short here, boom, 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 boom. This is just huge amounts of movement. So you could make money on a longer term chart. Frankly, to be honest with you, you can make a lot more money on longer term charts with my dot setup. If I had the personality to do so, I would, but I don't. So I chug away at I like to eat like a hummingbird. That's that's
no,
my setup.
It's well said. I always say the same thing. I mean, when you're trying to choose if you want to be in the futures market versus the FX market or CFDs or crypto, I totally agree. I think if you have the personality that I think we do, where I'm the same way, man. I like to be in and out. I don't want to be sitting in a trade for 2 hours. Right. It just causes me anxiety. I'd rather take my base hit, get out, and I can always take another trade. Futures was just the way for me. I started with crypto, then I got into FX, and I naturally gravitated towards futures because that is the market that fits my trading style.
Yeah, you're a true degen, as we say in my room. But on the other hand, there are guys in my room who, I'm out of like 5. I'm in and out of like 5 times, and they're still holding gold, and they're holding gold for 20, 30, 40, 50, and they're killing it. And, God bless them. If you're blessed with that kind of personality, that's amazing. So I think the most important thing is you probably agree with me, Jack, is that trading is really all about finding out who you are. It's not about finding out what the market is. The journey here is very much, I think that's why people love it. It's a true personal journey to discover who you truly are. I mean, it will just open you up raw, much more than anything else in your life. Like your true self will come out in such intense form when you're trading that, not even in your closest personal relationships, I think you're going to come out the way, because it's just so raw that, you can't hide it. You can't hide all of the pain and pleasure and everything else that happens, right? Yeah,
you're forced to either figure it out or quit. Like I talk about this all the time because people ask me this. They're like, Zach, how did you get to the point that you were able to make 6 figures from trading this year? How did you get to that point? And I go, for me, it truly was that I hit a breaking point in my career where I said, I need to either stop doing this because it is unhealthy for me, or I need to just get that discipline and actually follow a system. And those are the 2 choices. Every trader gets to that point because year 1, year 2, maybe even year 3, a lot of people are still not profitable. And the thing is, you're still learning. So you have these excuses like, I'm still in the learning phase. I'm going to make mistakes. It's messy. And that's all true. But you eventually get to a point that you truly, for your own sanity, you have to either stop or figure something out. And it's a breaking point for a lot of people. I really think there's no other way. There's no secret. It truly is about just following your system and being like, if I want to keep doing this, I need to get to that point. For you, you've been trading for years. When did you get to that point? And also, finish for you.
Please, I'm the first one to admit I'm still trying to get to that point. I mean, you get better.
Well, it's a never-ending journey for sure.
Yeah, it is. It is a never-ending journey. I will say this, a couple of things that are really helpful that I've read actually from other people, which is the reason why I know they're helpful is because I've sort of come to that realization myself, is you need to pre-plan your losses. I think that's what the hardest part about this business is they are, I've lost. I'm so surprised. I'm shocked that losses are going on over here. What you need to say to you is, you need to have an idea. Okay, I don't even plan my profits. The profits should really be like a given. It's what are you going to do when there's a loss? So one of the things that I, for example, do is I trade a lot of accounts. So when I have like 6 funded accounts, right? My approach is I'm trading. If I hit a loss, I just move to the next account. I don't like the single greatest reason for me blowing up accounts is me trying to argue with the market. You know, it's never a good idea to argue with to convince anyone of your point of view. God knows, you know, we all do this politically, right? Or in the family. And how is that working out for you? You know, how is Twitter working out for you when you're screaming at the feed at how idiot all these people are? You know, do they come back the next day and go, "Oh, you are so smart, Boris. You really open up my eyes to the advantages of capitalism." You know, because you were born in a communist country. Yeah, no, nobody cares. And it's the same process. So I've learned to like, okay, you know, I took a loss. I'm moving to the next account. I'm going to trade that until I hit a loss, and I move to the next. That does a couple of things. First of all, it distributes the profits as much as possible, you know, across all the accounts. But it also minimizes the losses to like one single loss per account until you come back to that cycle. That's why I really recommend, you know, when people are trading, the biggest mistake they make is that they're trading one eval, one funded, one stuff. It's I'm going to say something that probably people are going to disagree with. And I don't mean that you should be trading 5 evals, 5, you know, funded on a trade copier, because that's the same thing as trading one, right? What I'm talking about is you need to have distinct, separate accounts and move around in them. First of all, that will really keep your sanity. And secondly, it will keep your P&L actually much more green than you think it is. And that's the beauty of, this is such a great beauty about prop, is you can have as many, you know, Apex, you can have 20 accounts, right? So you have like the freedom to to leave a loser, right? It's like a bad relationship. Why are you staying in a bad relationship? Get out.
So well said. There are so many different edges to exploit with prop firms. Like that's the thing. It's not just, oh, I get to use someone else's money or I have a challenge fee. There's so many different edges. That's a huge one. I call that risk sinking. I do a similar version of it. So I do like to copy trade. For me, getting to the point of being able to copy trade is what really got my payouts to be, you know, big enough that this became a very real thing.
Did you copy trade all your accounts or only like a portion of them?
A portion. So I have baskets. I call it risk sinking. So I do exactly what you said. I just do it on a scale of like 3 to 5 accounts at a time. So right now I have.
That's perfectly okay. That's really smart, actually. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm still taking advantage of the leverage that prop firms give you, but I'm still sinking my risk up. That's the beauty. There's so many firms, and there's so many firms that continue to pay out reliably. You know, right now I'm trading 5 Tradeify accounts. I'll trade those together. I have 5 Top 1 Futures accounts. I trade those together. I got 5 Apex accounts, trade those together. And those are my 3 baskets right now. And I do exactly what you just said. If I take 2 losses on one basket, you know, of course I'm tempted to make that back on that account, but that just does not work for me long-term. Instead, spread out my risk, move to another one. And if I'm green on that basket of accounts, great. I'm red on one, green on the other. It doesn't hurt as much. It doesn't sting in the same way.
And also, I mean, like you and I know, just probably from doing this 1,000 times, it is always much better to come back to the losing account a day later when you've had time to cool off. You have a fresh view on the market, you have a fresh idea, then try to argue with the market at that point of greatest vulnerability. Like, you know, you are never thinking clearly when you're losing money. You're just pissed. You know, like you're pissed and you're like, oh, this should have been a short. It just, you know, it just tipped me out, went to the top, tipped me out. Now it's going to be short again. And then you start fighting again. And now the market turns around again. Like, damn it, how did that happen? You know, like so on and so forth. Except, of course, with much more greater curses than comes out of my mouth. But the point is, we all know. Whereas if you come back the next day, you're like, oh, you know what? The market actually really found a lot of support here. It's probably, you know, it looks like, you know, the buys are really popping at this point. I need to be reorienting that way. You just have a much cleaner view of things after you've had a chance to cool. Nothing like sleeping on it for everything in life, but definitely for trading. That's why if you leave it alone at minus 500, that's the worst it's going to be. If you try to fight it, it will be minus 2,500 in a matter of minutes. It's always been my experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. Chat loves it. They totally agree. All right, we have maybe about like 10, 15 minutes left, Boris. Is there anything, are you interested in this price action? What do you see?
No, actually, I'm looking at we died. So thank God we had a little bit of price. This, by the way, so okay, a couple of things that I think just fun things that your traders may appreciate. First of all, where am I? Am I on 1 minute chart? Yeah, okay. Let's just get a little bit bigger. First of all, this happens literally. We don't trade this, but this happens every freaking day. What I call, this is the 930 candle, right? This is the 1 minute candle, right? Look what happens. They love to pull it up just to flush it down, right? They love to fake you out on the open, right? So like, we don't trade this just because it's so volatile, but it is a very fun behavior to see. Almost the reason why is because I think retail has buy orders. Dealers fill the buy orders and they just flush the living F out of it. You're talking about, if you sold here, you're like, what, in 75s, and then it drops like literally 80 points in 1 single minute candle. That's a really interesting trade. Then the other thing that almost always happens, and again, the operative word is almost, of course there are days where it's different, is that we just die from, like, everybody is so hyped up on the open like I am, and then we just die from like 10 to 10:30, right? Nothing happens. You're like, oh my God, the market is dead. And then like 11:30, just before the European close, boom, all of a sudden we get a move. And we're probably going to get a move here of 100 points from now to this. And we know one of the things that which is always frustrating is that you get caught. The thing that kills my setup and the thing that kills any continuity setup is churn, right?
Yes.
Come down, come back up, churn, right? And that's the other thing what you really need to know is not when you win money, but when you lose money. Because if you understand when you lose money, first of all, you can recognize that and just sort of stop. But secondly, you're not surprised. Like, the worst thing in trading is surprise, or the worst thing in all for humanity. The thing that's bad is not like the bad thing happening in front of you if you're used to it. The thing that's bad in life is expecting something good to happen and something terrible happens. It's the gap in expectations that destroys us psychologically, right? Like, we can absorb a lot of pain if we know we're coming in for a beating, right? But if we're like, hey, I'm coming in for a vacation in Miami, and all of a sudden, you get whacked, that's a much worse psychological situation. So, I don't mean to like get graphic on this, but you get the idea. So
absolutely.
So one is like, know what's toxic for this is very toxic for when the price action literally does not leave the 8 SMA, which is, a matter of fact, by the way, one of the cool things about my setup that you can see here is, it's good when you start printing these white or purple, because what are these white or purple candles? That means we're moving away from the mean, we're deviating from the mean. As we deviate from the mean, that's the very definition of momentum, is getting the F away from the moving average, right? Just keep moving away. If we're sticking to the moving average, like, what is it, milk to rice or whatever the hell the expression is, that is just, it's not, there's nothing to do here. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I sort of kind of started to take into account right now is, I'm not going to do a damn thing until I start seeing some whites or purples, until I start seeing some pull away candles, because there's nothing to do. The market just, is totaling its thumbs. Why are you trying to force a setup when nothing is happening? So that's really, really like valuable to take away. And generally, like the irony of the whole thing is, of course, as soon as we finish the lives, that's when all the price action happens, right? It's Murphy's rule, right? I'm sure you probably felt the same way. You're like sitting here, but like, hey, we're all really, really psyched, and the market is doing dick all, and then as soon as we close the live, oh my God, it's a 200-point move in the afternoon.
Absolutely.
That's the nature of the beast. At least you know what's going on as far as markets go.
Hey, Boris. Okay, so last question. What do you think about this? Shivam is asking, since you're primarily a scalper, do you also look at higher time frames, fundamentals, or not really?
Does the weather 2 weeks from now going to affect the weather in the next minute? No. I'm trading the next minute. So, like, I don't care that it's going to be snowing. I don't care that climate change is going to change my life 50 years from now. I know that right now it's nice and sunny in New York City. I'm going to bet on the fact that it's going to be nice and sunny for the next 2 minutes. It's wonderful, it's intellectually very interesting, but it's actually very, very destructive
for low time frame.
You're mixing and matching incongruent things. You're mixing your long-term view with what's happening this instant. This instant, there is some guy, there's some hedge fund, there's somebody out there who's got orders to sell, and he's going to drive price down. Right now, he's got price down, and then everybody else is going to jump on the bandwagon. That's what I'm trading. I'm trading the flow. I'm trading the next order flow because I want to capture the highest probability of success. Like, this is a possible trade here. We get, we're starting to pull away from the moving average, starting to get negative. 41 seconds left on the trade, right? If this stays negative, meaning that it stays purple and I got a red dot, that's a setup for us. That's what I'm trading. And it doesn't matter that the Fed is going to cut rates 5 years from now or the next 2 weeks.
Totally. I love it, man. It's just so well said. Listen, Boris, man, this was an awesome time.
It was so much fun, guys. We're big fans. It's so much fun, Zach. And anytime you guys, want to have me back on, come back. And of course, if you guys want to join me, it's BK4 at YouTube at BK Forex. I live every day, 9 to 10:30. I mean, I conflict with you a little bit, but then I'm also going to do, as I said, December after Thanksgiving, I'm going to go all live all the time. We're going to do market close 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and we're going to do some Asia session trades at 1945. So come join me. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll do lots and lots of trades together.
Yeah, guys, Boris, his links for Kathy and Boris for BK Forex, their links are in the description of this YouTube video. So check that out. Super valuable information. Yeah, thanks so much for coming on again, man. And we will definitely take you up on that. We'd love to have you back soon.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. What a stream. Shout out Boris. W's in the chat for Boris, guys. That was awesome. Honestly, really good conversation. He just is so knowledgeable, He's got a lot of experience, just massive amounts of knowledge. I'm telling you, man, when I first got into trading, I would watch podcasts all the time. Like, I would listen to trading podcasts. It's all I did every day. I'd be while I was working my 9-to-5 job, I'd have headphones in my ears. I'd be watching and listening to trading podcasts. Boris was a regular podcast guest. Like, he was on a lot of podcasts. So I have heard him talk a ton of times about trading, and I always really enjoyed it. So just for me, like the trader that Zach was on year one a few years ago, would be pretty hyped to be chatting with Boris like that for BK Forex. Like, I get to interview and chat with him now. It's pretty cool. So that was cool for me. Yeah, W's, man. What a great conversation. We still got a lot of show left for you guys. I got 9 accounts to give away. We got so many accounts, and we got trading to do, man. I will say I did take a little scalp while Boris was talking. He could talk, man, so I didn't want to cut him off. I took a little scalp, so my top 1 futures accounts are up a little extra. Let me go here. So we're up 357 times 5 accounts. So my balance is at 50,800 now. So up about $4,000 since I started these accounts yesterday. Power of copy trading. Love it. I'll go over that trade in a moment, but I do want to get this giveaway going, guys. And I want to take a very quick break while we get that set up. So this is what we're going to do. I've been letting you guys know. I pinned a comment in the chat, all right, that gives a link to our Discord channel. So go to the top pinned comment and check that out. Make sure to join, because that is how you're going to actually enter our giveaway, okay? And I'm going to pull up the Discord channel right now. What you guys do, once you have joined the Discord, you're going to go over to the channels. You're going to go to PFM TV. You're going to go into stream chat. And this is what we are going to do. Okay, so to enter the giveaway, type BK Forex. Bam. So go ahead, get in that Discord, guys. Drop the code word BK Forex into the chat to enter. Okay, I see the entries coming in. Beautiful. So we'll get that going. And what we're going to do, I'm going to take a really quick break, maybe 60, 90 seconds. When I come back, we'll announce the winners and we'll get back to some live trading. We still got a lot of show. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Again, if you're on Instagram, if you're on TikTok, come on over to the YouTube channel. That's where you can get the Discord link. You can engage in the chat there. So if you are on there and you're on a computer, might as well come on over to YouTube. But I will be right back, guys. We will be back in about 90 seconds. So stay tuned. I'll see you in a sec. All right, all right. What is good, chat? How we doing? How we doing? Thanks for sticking with me there. Quick break, quick break, but we are back. Yeah, man. Boris is the man. Loves that conversation. Seriously. I got to get some clips made for that one. You know, start posting some short form of these interviews we do because, you know, we keep a recording of all the interviews so people can go back and watch. You know, you go to the live section on Prop for a Match. All of these videos are recorded, which like it's a live stream, but a lot of times it's kind of like a podcast too when we have certain guests, right? Which is awesome. So I definitely want to get some clips made of that conversation. That was really good. But what up, guys? Yeah, everyone. Ton of W's in the chat. Stoic Jake, what up? Caught a dubski before the dump. Love it, man. Nice. Yeah, interesting price action right here. I think there's definitely more opportunity today, so we shall see. Freedom X says Nespresso. No more Nespresso for me for the day, bro. I've already had like 3. I'm chilling now. We'll make it the rest of the stream with no more Nespresso. All right, let's get this giveaway going, guys. I'm sure you guys got all your entries in. How do you claim the giveaway account? So this is what you guys do. I'll explain it again once we announce these new winners, but you go to PFM support on X. So make sure to give them a follow so you can DM them. I just dropped the link in the chat. And all you do is send them a DM, show them proof of your Discord name, and that's what you do. Shivam, so I should let everyone know, first off, shout out to our sponsors, Blue Guardian, Top One Futures, and Aqua Futures. They are awesome sponsors of the stream. We really appreciate them. The thing is, we're not clarifying which account of those three firms you guys win here on stream. So what we're going to do is you're just going to know that you want an account. You're going to go over to PFM support on X, and they will get you set up with an account. The reason we're doing it this way is that just in case your country might be restricted with a certain firm, or for whatever reason you can't trade with a certain firm, instead of like clarifying it here, PFM support will look into that and try to match you with one of those three accounts that makes the most sense for you. So, it's just more trader friendly instead of being like, this is your account, that's the only one you get. So I'm not going to clarify. That's PFM support is going to handle that for you, Shivam. Oh, nice. That's good. Yep. 100%. All right. So let me get these entries in. We'll get this giveaway going. I could give away like 4 accounts right now, honestly. So let me see. By the way, guys, smash that like button, okay? Let's always try to hit 100 likes. We got 103 people watching just on YouTube, so we can get there. But okay, let me get this Discord up and get these names in. And then once we get this going, we'll go back to some trading. I think there's opportunity. I think we could rip back to the upside here. It's kind of what I'm seeing. I think it's very possible. Okay, here we go. Here's the beginning. Okay. Getting this list going for you guys right now. All right. All right, list is being populated, guys. And then what do we want to do? You want to do duck race or pinwheel? Let me know. Or a little bit of both. Let's give away 4 accounts right now. I got 9 left for the day, so might as well. You know what I mean? Like, why the hell not? No other stream gives away as many accounts as Prop Firm Match does, because Prop Firm Match is the most trader-friendly stream in the industry. Straight up. Erkan saying equal highs on the 1 minute. Is there? Yep. Nice spot, bro. Okay. Honestly, that makes me think we go a little bit higher. Good spot, Erkan. Yeah, we got relative equal highs right here. Only thing I would want to watch out for, let's see if there's an SMT, Erkan. Ooh, there's a big SMT, so you want to be a little careful there. A little scarier. But then again, ES has all these stacked highs. I would still be leaning to the longs to take out this wick right here on ES, so 6,732. And hopefully NQ can follow. A lot of relative weakness, though, between NQ and ES. NQ is noticeably weaker than the ES, so be a little careful there, but yeah, that could happen. All right, let's do it. All right, we'll do a spin. To start it off. I got my list. Stream is growing, guys. Would love this. All right. Here we go. You ready, chat? 1, 2. Let's go. Baby Brax. Shout out, Baby Brax. You won. Big shout out, bro. Again, guys, quick reminder, the way you claim your accounts, just in case you're just joining, you go to PFM support on X. Okay, I'll drop the link right here in the chat. Send them over a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, and you will be good to go. Remember, guys, if you are watching on Instagram or TikTok, come on over to the YouTube stream so that you can get the link to the Discord channel and come on in. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I got a ton of accounts to give away, man. All right, let's spin again. 1, 2, 3. DN LSN. Diddleson. Whatever it is, you won, bro. Congratulations. You won an account. Claim it through PFM support on X. You're good to go. Just show them proof of your Discord handle. Love it. Shout out. Shout out, shout out, shout out. GG's. All right, we ready? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's do another one. 2 more accounts at least, and then I still got more. 1, 2. Oh, I messed up my gong. 1, 2. Oh, hold up. 3. Who's it going to be? Oh, that was close for Chart Killer, but it's Kyle. Kyle, you're the winner. Big shout out, bro. Congratulations. Congratulations. Big shout out, Kyle. There we go. So how many accounts do I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're only halfway through. We're only halfway through. You guys want to do a new list already? There's Kyle. Big shout out, bro. You're very welcome. Love to help everyone out. I love that people get hooked up with accounts here. Every day, man, we are here hooking it up with accounts. So big shout out to our sponsors again. Blue Guardian, Top One Futures, and Aqua Futures. Like, seriously, those guys are the best. It's why I trade with Top One Futures right now. They're a regular sponsor. Great firm. Great guys behind the firm, too. I've actually met one of the owners. I met Clay in person. He's a really good dude. So, yeah, big shout out to those guys. That's why we're trading with them. Bam. All right, we can do a new list if we want. But yeah, guys, also, quick reminder, though. Listen, if you don't win a giveaway account, it's not the end of the world because we currently have the Black Friday deal at Prop Firm Match. Okay, Black Friday flash sale. These are the futures offers. So you got Alpha Futures, Tradeify. Oh, 40% off for Tradeify growth accounts and 25K or 50 Lightning. Dude, I keep missing these 40% off deals with Tradeify. I'm actually bummed out. Though that is a fire deal. Tradeify rarely does 40%, man. You can get it with code match, okay? That's exclusive. So big shout out Tradeify. That's really good. I would take advantage of that for Black Friday, honestly. You don't see a 40% off discount with Tradeify. I'm not even trying to sell it. It's just the truth. But yeah, Alpha Futures, 25%. Top One Futures with the 57.5. This is why I loaded up. That's why I got 5 accounts, because that Black Friday deal was just, it's just massive. So I had to get it hooked up with them. And then you got Traders Launch, okay, 30% off. You got a ton of Forex firms as well, okay? So take a look at those. But yeah, big shout out to the Black Friday deal. So if you don't win an account from our sponsors, you can still just make it work with some fire Black Friday deals, honestly. This stream is like Christmas every day. Yo, honestly, you're right, bro. I'm like Santa Claus. I'm like the Brooklyn Santa Claus. How can I join the giveaway? Okay, guys, we'll get another one going for you. Let's do that. Let's get a new list going. I'm going to take my time getting it ready so everyone will have a chance. We'll do a new giveaway. Hell Trader, this is how you join, okay? Take a look at the pinned comment in the chat, first off. It has a link to our Discord channel. There's your invite link. So join that link. And then the way you enter is you go to our Discord channel. once you've joined, right? You go here to PFM TV, you go to stream chat, and I give you guys a code word to type. So for this one, let's shout out your boy, okay? Zarb. Type Zarb to enter the giveaway. So go ahead, get your entries in. We'll take some time with this one. We'll do a new list, okay? So no excuses. Everyone's got a chance right now if you're listening. All right, so get those entries in, chat. And let's take a look at some charts while we do that, okay? Let's take a look at the markets. I'll give you guys ample time to get ready for that. Prop firms on the giveaway are from our sponsors, Top One Futures, Blue Guardian, and Aqua Futures. All right, we're kind of in a tight consolidation. Erkan, you in any trades right now? I'm always interested in your take. I know you mapped out those equal highs. Are you in a long? You looking for anything? I think we could rip to those equal highs. You know the vibes, chat. All right. So yeah, NQ in a tight consolidation. So here are my trades. So we took this little scalp in the overnight, super negative R, but it worked out nicely. And then I took another one in here. I could probably just bring up the executions. It looks like a lot of trades, but it was just two. It was inside this overall 5-minute fair value gap. So take a look at this. This is why we look at those higher time frame fair value gaps. This 5-minute gap was the idea. And it was like, okay, we're going to get some type of rejection after this massive sell-off at the open inside this gap. Doesn't have to be forever, but we can get a move. We can capture low time frame volatility. So I took one short and I actually cut it early because I felt it was too early, which I kind of wish I didn't do that. I could have just kept it and just had my stop above the fair value gap, but it's all good. So I took one quick little loss, and then I got back in once we ripped a little bit higher, right? And then caught my move. So we're up 357 times 5 accounts. So we're chilling. We're chilling. But yeah, those are my trades so far for the session. I'm down to keep trying to build off this profit. Maybe get to like 500 profit. That would be nice. So we're ripping up, guys. We're ripping up. I like this. I think you're definitely going to come take out these highs. That's for sure, I think. Relative equal highs right there. Rocha said, is the chat going to be correct again? Are we losing it? Yo, Rocha, they might be correct again. Although, it's a bit tougher this time, right? Because how many people that said they were bullish in the morning, Rocha, were longing this, right? So they could already be blown out. They could be wrong, but now it's going to end up being bullish. So it's a give and a take here. But you are right, chat. The chat may be correct twice in a row. Maybe we actually have good traders on stream. I mean, a lot of you guys are learning from me. I'd like to think I'm a pretty good trader, so maybe that's what's going on. Maybe chat is getting better at trading. What do I drive? So I live in New York City, so I do not drive a car. I ride a bicycle and I take the subway, man. You don't need a car in New York City. It's what I love about here. I bet Boris doesn't have a car either. He's also in the city. He's in the Upper West Side, which is like way more city-like than Brooklyn. You know, that's like the real city. But, you know, we don't need a car over here, man. That's what I love about it. I like to walk. I like to take the train. I like to ride my bike, stay active, stay fit instead of getting in the car. Feel the real fresh air. You know, I love living in a walkable city. Rocha says, I am in longs with them, by the way, wondering if I should take partials at New York midnight. I think that's probably a good idea, man. Let's see. Where's midnight open right now? Are we there? Let's also take a look. Yeah, dude, I think you should take profits at midnight for sure. At a minimum, I'd already be like, depending on where your entry is, I'd have already taken partials or be out of the trade for a scalp. But take a look at this, guys. First inversion fair value gap after 9:30, right? That would be right here for the 5-minute entry. So we have a midnight mechanical retracement model, right? You can look for the 0.5R, which is what I teach in the video, or you can look for that 1-to-1. It's a little more extended, but I think it can work. But there's your midnight mechanical model. I think this could very well play out. Let's see if the 1-minute model already presented in one. I bet it did. So again, it's all it is for the midnight retracement mechanical model. Shameless plug for my YouTube channel. I'm going to pull it up real quick, guys, and link it here in the video. This was a really popular model. I use this to this day, taking a ton of payouts trading this model. I call it my midnight retracement model. Okay. And you can trade it somewhat mechanically. All right. I'm going to drop the link here in the chat, but I'm going to explain it right here in a short term. All you do is trade the first inversion fair value gap that presents in the direction of the midnight open. So when market opens at 9:30, we are below the midnight open, right? This blue line is the midnight open. So we are only looking for longs if we're below the midnight open at New York Open. This is how we get our entry, though. You don't go long here or here or here or here. You wait for the first inversion fair value gap that presents. You can either do that on the 5-minute or the 1-minute. Here's your 1-minute entry. I knew there was going to be a banger in here. This is the first 1-minute inversion fair value gap that presents in the direction of the midnight open, which is above us. So you would take this right here, enter on that close, stop here. You look for either 0.5R for a negative risk reward setup. You're in and out within 3 minutes, or you look for that 1-to-1 winning trade model. Base hits, baby. That's it. This is interesting. We're getting a bit of a sell-off, guys. I mean, listen, I would much prefer to see the market continue to sell off. I said that in the morning, but we'll see. It's a tough spot here. We have not retraced to midnight, so that's going against the short idea. But I think we still have quite a bit of imbalance below us. Yeah, not much. Honestly, if this wants to be the low, it could. Kind of in a weird spot. I wouldn't flip the bias to short until we took out this wick at 764. I think you wouldn't even want to consider shorts until then, but I'd pay attention to that. Chat, anyone else long? Let me know. I don't want to force another trade because I'm already up nicely, but I do think you could get this move lower. The Ace is asking, Zach, do you think Apex will ever do instant funding? I don't know, man. Instant funding is just so different from their model. You know, they do the 20 accounts. If they did do instant funding, there's no way that they could withstand a 20 account instant funding model. We all saw what happened with Fast Track, right? Fast Track funding. So even if they did, it would have to be like what the usual instant funding model is, which is like maximum 5 accounts. It gets dicey once you get above 5 accounts with instant funded, right? So I don't know. Could happen. Our students of Zach. Yes, sir. Let's go. Little sell off here. Should we do the giveaway, chat? We got a bunch of entries. Can't post trading view links in the chat. I feel like you should, but some people can, some people can't. I got to look into that and fix that because I want to be able to see people's markups. I got to look into that. I'll look into that this afternoon, Erkan, see if we could fix that. Because, yeah, it is a little annoying. Little annoying if you can't do that. All right. Do we want to do this giveaway? Do we want to get it going, chat? Got a ton of entries. We hit 102 likes. That's good on me. Okay, nice. Look, we just kind of took out that wick, but no closure beneath it. So let's see if this holds, man. If you are bullish, you could potentially look for an inversion setup right here up to the midnight open. Something like that could occur. But if you get a deep closure below 62, I think you got to go short. But right here, it's holding. So if you get a nice 1 minute closure inverting this 1 minute gap, you can take it up to midnight. I think that's a good setup. Kind of in middle of the range territory right here though. So you can position yourself here short if you're looking for that, or position yourself long when you get that inversion. I'll try again. I'm sending my markup, but it's getting deleted. Yeah. You know what, Erkan? Drop it in the Discord. Drop a picture of it in the chart analysis, and I'll take a look at it right now. But all right, guys, let's get this giveaway going. I'll get the list set up. All right. Getting this list going right now, chat. Beautiful. Got my list. But yeah, Erkan, drop it in the Discord. I want to see your markup. What do I think about FX Alex G? Bruh. That's all I got to say. Bruh. Let's see if Erkan got that link in the chat. Okay, yep, we got it right here. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Shaking out, targeting London low. Okay, so it looks like he moved stops to break even real quick on this one. Okay, you got a long off the 4-hour fair value gap bounce. This was beautiful. I saw you mentioned this in the chat. I knew you took this long. This was fire. This was a great long. Damn, beautiful short, dude. Look at these executions, chat. Like, all right, I'm not taking all of the credit for Erkan. Okay, Erkan's his own man. He's a great trader. But he learned a lot from me. Look at those executions. This is so well managed, bro. 50% for the shorts from swing high. So you pull the 50% fib. Got short, positioned yourself above the 50%. I love it. And here's the best thing about this short. I took the exact same short, man, when Boris was talking. I just didn't want to cut him off. I took this exact short. You guys saw my executions. Bro, the thing I love most about this one, you're not looking for a new low a day. You're taking your base hit, bro. It's instant profit. And you're in and out within 3 minutes. You don't need to look for the low a day because then you get stuck in this and then you take a stop out. Get in, get out, target 50% of the range. That's your base hit, man. I love it. This is freaking fire, dude. Really good executions. Really good job, dude. W's. Seriously, solid. Said the trader's waiting for the next hourly candle. Yeah, that makes sense, bro. All right. 100% base hits add up. Yes, sir. Exactly. All right, let's do this. I got the new list. Do we want to do duck race actually? I can do the duck race. We can do a little bit of both. I have how many accounts to give away? 3, 4. I'm only halfway through, so let's give away 3 accounts. You want to do a duck race real quick? Because right now market's kind of doing nothing. I'm not super interested here. I think it could go either way. Remember what I said though, where you got this potential inversion setup. So you can look for a long if you get a closure above here. But let's actually take this on. Let's take a look at this on TradingView. So you got this inversion potential setup. So it would look something like this. Closure above here, stops here, target midnight, something like that. I think this could hit. I think this could look pretty good. So keep an eye out for that. Duck race. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. All right, chat, we ready? One, two. All right, all right. Who's it going to be? Got a ton of people. It could be anyone's race right here, man. Anyone's race. Let's go, let's go. Ooh, we got an astronaut freaking duck. That goes hard. I see Abby in there. I don't know who this is going to be this time. Oh. XX. Shout out. XX. Big shout out. You were the winner. Great job. Again, to claim your account, guys, if anyone doesn't know, go over to PFM support on X. I'll drop the link in the chat for you, as always. Send them over a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, and you're good to go. Big shout out. Should we get another going? How's this chart looking? Ooh, no inversion. No inversion yet. That's why we wait for closures, chat. I really don't know where this wants to go right here. This is the problem. It could go either way. Either one would make sense. You can get that midnight retracement easily. Market can pull up to midnight. It can also, remember, guys, higher time frame, we're still bearish. This overall move is the real key. Okay, so if as long as we don't take out this swing high on a 4-hour time frame, we're still in a 4-hour downtrend technically. Right? This is that protected swing high. If you've watched my course on ASFX or you've watched my YouTube videos, the market structure video, we talk about this. This is the last lower high that made a new lower low. So this is your protected swing high, technically. Until this gets taken out, you're technically in a 4-hour bear trend. Doesn't mean you can't get long. Doesn't mean you can't anticipate a reversal higher time frame, but it's just something to be aware of. So we're inside this 4-hour fair value gap. If the market wants to drop lower, it's going to have to do it around here. You're below previous day's point of control. You have stacked lows down here. You have this London session stacked low right here. You got these. We can see this rip lower. Look how well price respected that previous day's value area low, though, man. You're going to tell me volume profile is random? Volume profile doesn't work? How do you respect the previous day's value area low that well? Look at the point of control. How do you respect the previous day's point of control like this so well if it's random? It's not random. You incorporate volume profile with my volume profile levels, and you also use fair value gaps and liquidity. I'm telling you, man, you're a wrecking ball. It's just such a good way to read price. It's not the only way. Ton of good ways to read price. This is a good one, though. This is objectively a great way to read price action. Mike says, longs look solid from here. It's respecting session VWAP, breaking above overnight VWAP. Even better play if we get above the 930 high, target midnight. Yep, fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Watch out for this, though. Like, you know, what I just went over. I think this could also work out. But I hear you. Yeah, XXLO or whatever. You are a winner. Congratulations, though. Big shout out. I got, once again, how many more accounts do I got? I still got 5. So let's run another duck race because I still got 5 accounts. Ready, chat? 1, 2. Mike says I'm already done, so just here to talk shit. Fair enough, brother. All right, here we go, chat. Darmesh says, bring back JD Adastra. I would love to. You know, he's a busy guy, man. He runs his own Discord channel. He streams inside there all the time. Like, he's a busy guy. I would love to get him back, though. He's someone I see as like a peer. You know, he's a really good trader. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, this is a quick one. Oh, that was actually close. You jinxed yourself, Roger. All right, Gemini. Big shout out, bro. Gemini. You are the winner. Let's go. All right, so this is what you do to play. PFM support on X. I'll drop the link right here. Send them over a DM, show them proof of your Discord handle, and you are good to go. Should we do a pinwheel? Yeah, that was a wild run, Gemini. Shout out. Should we do pinwheel this time, chat? All right, let's spin it. Let's spin it. 1, 2. Phoenix, it's all you, bro. Shout out Phoenix. All right. How many more accounts now? All right. I still got 3 more accounts. I think we should save the last 3. Let's chill for a minute and save the last 3. We could do one more list or we can just keep this list. I don't know. We'll decide when it comes time. Remember, guys, if you don't win an account, it's all good. Right now, Prop Firm Match is running our Black Friday deal, exclusive Black Friday sales, flash sale. A ton of Forex prop firms are part of it, so take a look at those. And then, of course, when we got futures, you got Alpha Futures, 25% off. Tradeify, this is the number one, in my opinion. 40% off Tradeify is legit. It's rare. They don't do that. It's a very rare deal. So 40% off, code match, top 1 futures. This is the overall best deal, 57.5% code match. Again, that's why I loaded up on 5 accounts right here, right? So shout out all of our Black Friday deals. If you don't win an account, you can always come here. Traders Launch, 30% off. Ton of good options. Ghana Trader, you know, you got to deal with PFM support, man. You know, I have nothing to do with distributing the accounts. You know, in a situation like that, that's why we switched over to what we're doing now so that that doesn't happen. But yeah, you got to hit up support for that, brother. Keep this list? Okay, we can keep this list. Man, we're doing a whole lot of nothing right here, chat. Literally nothing. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. I really don't like anything. It's not great. Not much going on here. Yeah, let's get a P&L check in the chat. Let's see what's going on with that. I'm going to drop a poll. All right, I just dropped a poll. P&L check, guys. You green or red? It's totally anonymous, so no reason to lie. Okay, just let us know. I'm kind of interested how you guys traded this price action overall. Call it a day already? Maybe, Adam. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm getting a solid start off to these accounts. I mean, profit target's only 3K, right? So I'm almost 1/3 of the way in 2 days of trading. I think with top one futures, though, you do need 10 trading days total. So in a way, I could just stop here and chill. Because if I just want to make the 3K, like, there's no reason to try and get the total profit target done in 5 days, you know, because I need 10 trading days locked in anyway. So 350 is like a good little P&L for a base hit day, but we'll see. Part of me this time around, I don't want to just try to make the $3,000 profit target. I want to like get more than that. So when it comes time to take the payout, I'm still in a comfortable space where I have a good buffer on my accounts. Like with Tradeify, the 10K payout I took on Friday, I left myself $1,000 of drawdown. It's going to be tight. You know, I may blow the accounts. I got the 10K payout, so whatever, but I'd like, you know, I want to be able to milk the same set of accounts. So maybe I try to get these top one futures accounts up to like $5,000 before I take a payout, because then I'll be chilling with like a decent buffer. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Artful Trader, you keep saying you haven't gotten your account. I don't know when you want to give away. I don't know anything about what you're talking about, brother. If you DM PFM support, they're going to hook you up with your account if you're a winner. We also have a lot of people who try to scam us and tell us they're winners, and they're just lying. So I don't know. You got to take that up with PFM support. We give away the accounts though, bro. Like we've been doing this for 4 weeks, so yeah, say whatever you want. A ton of people are getting their accounts. No one is scamming you. Joel Garcia, red for 2 days in a row. Trading market open is difficult. Yeah, market open can be tough. It's like a double-edged sword, right? On one hand, you have the volatility to really exploit that you can get in and out of your trades quickly, especially if you're a lower time frame trader like me. On the other hand, it can run against you real quick. So double-edged sword. I would say maybe you got to size down. Maybe you're too sized up. Maybe you want to use a bigger stop loss. You know, it all depends. This week has been pretty good for me. I mean, Monday was rough. What am I saying? It's only Tuesday. Monday was tough. I was red Monday, but today we're chilling. Yeah, see, thank you for coming in to defend us, chat. Everyone got their accounts, man. Yeah, appreciate you guys. We out here, man. Come on, we out here. What are we thinking, chat? Whole lot of nothing here. Andy is asking, what time do we live stream every day? So we trade and live stream Monday through Friday. So 5 days a week, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. We are here live on PFM TV. So guys, always remember, you know, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell icon on so you can get notified when we go live so you don't miss it. But yeah, we're here 5 days a week, man. 5 days a week. I've been taking all of my trades live on stream, and we've already locked 20K in payouts, all from trading here on Prop for Match TV. So it's been fun, man. Dino says, today I got humbled in my funded account without even getting my payout. Really sad. I'm sorry, brother. It's tough. We've all been there, man. Let us know. What do you think you did wrong? What happened? Adam, yeah, that's true too. So it takes a couple of business days. You're not going to get the account the moment you win. That's true. How do you make it to the list? You got to join our Discord channel. I have a pinned comment. There's a link in the description of this video. Join the Discord. I'm thinking of buying one Blue Guardian futures using Match. Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, Blue Guardian's got a pretty good deal. I don't think they have a Black Friday deal right now. Black Friday flash sale, you have these options. Top One Futures, if you want to get like the best bang for your buck, I think TOF is solid, 57.5% off. But let's see, where's Blue Guardian at right now? Blue Guardian's doing 60% off. So, GG's, you'll save a little more too. Tariq says, breaking news, the White House, we've made progress towards reaching a peace agreement by bringing Ukraine and Russia to the negotiating table. Hey, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. We're tired of these forever wars. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. Let's hope it's real. Okay, so Dino is answering us about how he's red on his funded account. He said, I took a revenge trade, which was against my discipline as I made it to funded and all and reached almost 2K profits in funded. Damn, bro. Is the account still alive? That's the question. If your account's still alive, then at least you're still in the game, man. Yeah, Blue Guardian with 60% off and no activation fee, I think, is pretty fire. Yeah, I think so. Well, Shivam. Well, no, the elite challenges have activation fees. Yeah. Okay, but if your country is restricted, then Blue Guardian's good. Yeah, fair enough, bro. Fair enough. Man, we're doing nothing right here, chat. We gotta be careful. This is when you want to trade, but you can't force it. Let's take a look at this P&L check. Okay, solid. So 67% of you are green, 33% red, 55 votes. Those are good odds. Those are good odds. Sometimes I do think it's always going to be a little skewed because there are probably people who blew their accounts that don't feel like typing into the poll that they're red, which is understandable. So I wonder if we always need to put this on a curve. You know what I mean? Because if you're green, you're happy to hit that green button. If you blew an account, you may be honest. You may just be like, screw, I don't feel like answering the stupid poll. So maybe there's a curve here and it's about 50-50. Unless everyone's honest. I'm buying one Blue Guardian futures now with my money. Shout out Dino. Yep. Code match, brother. Code match, guys, for the best discounts on Blue Guardian. Fivers just announced. Oh, you're saying your account is gone, man. Okay. RIP. RIP. Shout out. You got this, bro. Get that done. You got it this time. 15% off for Black Friday week. Nice, nice. Yeah. So yeah, you can also buy with the Fivers using prop firm match. Let's see what the discount is. I'll tell you right now. Trish, I'll tell you right now. So the Fivers, they don't have a code. Well, try code match. Maybe it's just not updated yet. I would try code match. Yeah, that's what I would try to do. I'm sure that'll get updated too. It might already be working though on your end. Adam says, I think we had our expansion of the week yesterday, maybe waiting for data release. So that's the thing. Is it the expansion or could it be the manipulation, Dino? Maybe yesterday was the manipulation. That's kind of, I was on a coaching call with Abby yesterday. We were talking about this. If she's in the chat, we were talking about this, right, Abby? I said, oftentimes the first move of the week is the manipulation. So if we're going to be bearish for the rest of the week, this could be the manipulation move. And now we go lower for the rest of the week. But we're in the middle of the range, so it's tough. It could go either way right here. This is still looking like it wants to hold up. It's just a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, that would be awesome, Vi Legacy, but it's so cheap. MFFU is hard to get those discounts because I mean that account is really cheap already. Aqua Futures and Blue Guardian Futures. Yeah, go with them, bro. Those are both solid firms. They're both sponsors of the stream. All right, guys, let's do this though. Let's get our last giveaway ready. Did we get all the entries? Did we already do that? Or I still need to get a new list. So, okay, let's do this. Let's get a new list going. We're going to give away. I got 3 more accounts to give away. All right, so we're going to give away the last 3. What we're going to do is let's get one last list made. Don't type yet, guys. In honor of Thanksgiving on Thursday, type Thanksgiving inside the Discord to enter the giveaway. All right, let's go. See those entries coming in. Beautiful. Let's do this, guys. I'm going to take another quick 90-second break. We'll let you guys get a chance to get your giveaway entries in, and I'll come back and announce the giveaway winners. Market's pumping. Market's pumping. Okay, this will be interesting to see what happens in 90 seconds. Yeah, I'll be right back, and don't go anywhere, guys. We will announce the winners to the giveaway as soon as I get back. So stay tuned, and yeah, BRB. All right, we back. How we doing, chat? Market's pumping. I think we're going to midnight, guys. I think that midnight retracement is going down. Oh, wait. You know what? Hold on. I need to go grab my charger. Sorry, guys. We need to do one more thing. I'll be back in like literally 30 seconds. All right, now we're good. Market pumping, man. We're about to hit midnight, I think. So midnight retracement, man, working out nicely. Yeah, shout out Dino. Thanks for being so honest, bro. You know, Dino let us know he blew his funded account. Yeah, appreciate the honesty, bro. That's how you make it in this space. Honesty, you know, admit when you made a mistake and find a way to fix it. So the first step in being able to do that is being honest with yourself, though, with other people. So big shout out, bro. Seriously, big shout out. All right, Chad, how we doing? We can get this last giveaway going. I probably am done taking trades for the stream because, you know, not much going on here. Like, it's looking like we likely go to midnight, but I don't know. We're creating a bunch of stacked lows down here now, which leads me to think that we're going to eventually take them out. We just swept out this little swing high, now pulling back again. Kind of a tough read here, if I'm being honest. Not the best read. You got big bearish SMT divergence up here too, right? Like NQ has not taken out previous day's high. Look at ES. ES has taken out previous day's high. So you have some bearish SMT divergence building up. Something to note, you know, doesn't mean it's going to automatically reverse right here, but like, you know, you got to pay attention to that clear SMT. All right, let's get this last giveaway done, guys, and we can get ready to wrap up. Real quick, another reminder, guys, if you don't win this last giveaway, we're going to give away 3 accounts. But remember, you currently got the Black Friday deal. Exclusive flash sale just through Prop Firm Match. You got a ton of Forex options, 30% off Alpha Capital, 45% Blueberry funded, Bright funded, Maven. We have a ton of options here. My personal favorite, of course, is on the futures side. Tradeify and Top One futures. 40% off Tradeify is truly not, it's not common. That's the biggest discounts they usually do. They don't go past that. And it's rare when they do 40%. So take advantage of that one if you want to get started with Tradeify. 40% off growth accounts and either 25K or 50K instant funded. You can capture that 40%. Top One futures, 57.5%. Like I said, fire deal. It's why I stacked up on some TOF accounts because of that deal. You know, I don't know when they're going to do another deal like that. So, but anyway, guys, let's try and get this giveaway going. I got the names, or I need to get a new list of names. And this is the last list, okay? Last list, chat. Let me get this going. Okay, cool. Got it. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Last giveaway, guys. 3 more counts. Last one. All right. We got a nice big list. Beautiful. Big, big list. House Saint. All right, dude. I'll wait. Let me make sure. If I start doing this for everyone, I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to go. All right, let's go. Which platform do I buy crypto with? I just use Coinbase, but I just have spot. I'm not like big on crypto anymore. I just invest, you know, I have investments. All right, we ready, chat? All right, let's do it. On 3, 1, 2. Dande. Dande. You're the winner of the first account. Shout out, bro. Big shout out. Remember, guys, if any of y'all are new and you want to know how you claim your account, you go over to PFM support on X. Okay, so go here. Send them over a DM with proof of your Discord handle, and they'll get you hooked up, okay? Make sure to follow them so that you can send them a DM. But yeah, congratulations. Congratulations, Gandhi. We got 2 more. 2 more accounts to give away. Let me just see what this chart's telling us. Chat, I don't know. What do we think? What do you guys think comes first? Previous day's high on NQ or this low at 24,600? It's tough to say, man. Again, you have the bearish SMT. So that's like we have clear as day bearish SMT divergence up at the highs here. Still in a 4-hour downtrend. NQ putting in that lower high. So if you were to get short, you should short NQ over ES. That goes without saying. You do have targets. You have these relative equal lows right here, some stacked up lows, new week opening gap. You got levels that could be used as a draw on liquidity. But right now, there ain't nothing to do. Like, I don't want to position myself short here. But as long as you hold below previous day's point of control, you could look for shorts. I would wait for like a proper inversion, though. I mean, we just created a bunch of stacked lows here. You swept out these swing highs, right? So if you get an inversion down here, maybe you look for those stacked lows. You look for a continuation lower. But there's going to be so much room for this. This is what I talked about yesterday, right? Like, you don't need to force the short here because when you see about draws on liquidity, you have 24,600. You have previous day's low as a draw on liquidity. There's a lot of range to the downside that you can wait until the market kind of shows its hand a little bit more. Like if it breaks back below 780s, then start looking for your shorts. Here's a perfect example. We have a 5-minute gap here. This is your line in the sand, chat. Hold up, right here. This is it. This is perfect. Do not go short until you inverse this gap. If you're long biased, you don't want to see the market go below this gap, okay? So if you get a deep 5-minute closure below 24,808, shorts. If we re-tap into this gap, it holds as support. Look for that midnight open. Look for previous day's high. That's it. Like very clear as day, line in the sand intraday. This is my level. This is what I'll be watching. I'm not going to try the short here before I have any confirmation that there might be continuation to the downside. There's no reason, so I wait. W analysis. I think that's solid analysis. All right, let's do these last 2 giveaways. Punjabi says he thinks it's going up. Fair enough, bro. It can go either way. Let's see. All right, 2 more accounts to give away. Should we do it? All right, let's get it done. Zach, your name is Zach or Zarb? So my real name is Zach, Z-A-C-H, but people call me Zarb. I've been getting called Zarb my whole life. Kind of followed me over to the trading space as well because my Twitter handle is I am Zarb. My YouTube handle, I am Zarb. So yeah, people call me Zarb. You can go either way. W analysis. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's do it. Yeah, rip it up. Rip it up. Okay. 1, 2. Ooh, that was close. AD28. Big shout out, bro. AD28, you are the winner. You are the winner. Let's go. Congratulations, bro. Again, as always, go over to PFM support on X, send them over a DM, and they'll get you hooked up. I'll drop the link to PFM support for you. There you are. I see you. I see you. Hey, Market Butcher, what up, bro? Good to see you in the chat. All right, guys. Close off with a duck race? We can do that. I'm down. You guys want to close off with a duck race? Let's do it. We'll do 60 seconds. We'll make it extra fun. All right, 60-second duck race. Who's ready? Let's go. Here it is. 2 minutes. I can't handle 2 minutes, bro. I can't. 60 seconds. Let's run it on 3. 1, 2. Yep, we got 1 minute up in here. 1 minute race. Let's go. Oop. I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx anyone. I can't jinx anyone. I'm not going to say nothing. Damn, this is long, man. This is nerve-wracking. For the people that really want an account, this is hella nerve-wracking, bro. Oh, dude, we got some people coming up. Dude, this is tight. This is neck and neck. This is like more fun. Did Mr. Worldwide win this week? If they did, I'm going to have to do a different person. Let me check that. If it was last week, they're fine. But yeah, Mr. Worldwide. Okay, you guys are in luck. He won last week. He won yesterday. So we're gonna do another one. We're gonna run that back, guys, because Mr. Worldwide won yesterday. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Worldwide. You already won. You're good, bro. All right, let's do it. Let's do it again. On 3, 1, 2. Running it back, running it back. This is for the last account. Get ready, guys. Very nerve-wracking. 45 seconds. Who's it gonna be? 20 seconds left. Let's go. By the way, guys, I'll be live later today at 1 o'clock on ASFX TV if anyone wants to join me there. I just be streaming all day, every day. Yo, this is close. Ooh, Punisher. Punisher. What a sick name. All right, guys, that does it. Let me add this number. Let me add this name real quick. The X Punisher X. The X Punisher X. Okay, cool. All right, chat. How's this market doing? Yep. Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. Guys, congratulations for all the winners who won. Really good stream today, man. Big shout out to all of you. This was a great stream, man. Stream is growing. I'm seeing the numbers go up. I love this. I think we're proving our worth, man. We call live trades. We take them live. We take payouts. We get great guests. We have great regulars. Just super bullish on Prop Firm Match TV. If you guys are bullish on this stream, type a W in the chat before we go. Big shout out to all of you guys for making this happen. Shout out to our giveaway winners, to our sponsors, Top One Futures, Blue Guardian, Aqua Futures. And again, guys, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but listen, you don't win an account. Right now is the best time to load up on funded accounts for Black Friday. You usually don't get better deals than this. Again, for the futures section, that's my specialty. You got 4 solid options for the Black Friday deal, okay? Alpha Futures, 25% off. Tradeify, 40%. This is my favorite. Then coming in close as my second favorite, Top One Futures, 57.5%. Best bang for your buck for sure. And then you got Traders Launch at 30%, okay? Code match, except for Traders Launch, code match launch. But yeah, stay tuned, guys. Check out those deals if you're going to load up on accounts. And man, yeah, it's been a great time. Great stream. Yep. Yeah, Dino, our numbers are growing. I love it. All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow. As always, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll take live trades. We'll have a guest, and we'll have a great time. So stay tuned. The week is not over. We got a lot of trading to do. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe until then. Peace and love.